Two top 20 teams battling it out here on this beautiful Saturday afternoon at Devore Stadium. It's the undefeated Jaguars taking on the 4-2 Riverside Tigers here on the Cali Photo Sports Network. Hello and welcome, everyone. I'm Bo Furtick alongside my partner Travis Crawford, bringing you today's exciting action. Travis, Jaguars, last time we saw them ranked 9th in California. They jumped 5 spots after a couple big wins. We can say this is probably one of their biggest regular season games here at Devore Stadium in a few years.
Yeah, I mean, that big win they pulled off at Mesa was unbelievable. But this is another level here, playing against Riverside, really big program. We're looking to see the Jaguars get off to a fast start here, play some good defense, and looking for an exciting game, Bo.
I don't think there's going to be much defense today, Travis. Riverside averaging 570 yards on offense, and Southwestern, I mean, a respectable 480 yards on offense. Usually you think 480 would be the best for one side, but not when you play the Riverside Tigers, who are led by Tom Kraft, who Travis had the pleasure of playing some football with, the Kraft son and father combo, and here we are underway. Southwestern kicking off to Riverside. They cross the 40. That's captain number 7, Donovan Ferguson, on the return.
Just to talk about that for a second, Bo. It's Kevin Kraft, but, you know, hey, the Krafts are the Krafts. They are very, very good at what they do. Being able to come out here and lead this program for, I don't know, 2 decades now? They're doing really, really well. But, yeah, let's see that front. We'll see how they go.
Jaguars 4-2-5 defense going up against Riverside, averaging 336 yards through the air and 235 on the ground. This is their starting quarterback, Brian Wilson. Quick screen over the middle, bounces off a couple tackles, and a flag thrown from the secondary.
Very interesting to see them start it off with a quick underscreen. Gotta love that.
Flag thrown deep from the secondary after a complete pass. And they're going to wave the flag. They're going to say that ball is good. Gain of 5 through the air to Jontavius Jones. And the running game of Riverside has been big for them all season. First attempt of the game inside the 25.
Yeah, when you come out throwing the ball and you're able to get a big gain on a quick underscreen, that run game is opened up.
Kavion Sibley, his 61st carry of the season. He has over 600 rushing yards, averages 10 yards per pop. A quick hit far side to their top target, Dominic Cox. Keeps his feet moving and picks up a nice gain. 3 big plays for Riverside on the offensive side to start this game.
Yeah, they're doing a good job just getting the ball out, you know, not giving the defense any time to set up. You know, see how that goes throughout this game, but Riverside's off to a hot start.
Cox, 44th reception on the season. Oh, and they wanted to get it to their receiver in the flats, Bo Bruins. We have a flag on the near side of the field. Just starting here today's game 3. It's going to be 3rd down after that incomplete pass. See what the penalty is.
Oh, someone wasn't lined up on the line.
Legal formation after the complete pass. Do you accept the penalty or do you decline it is the question. Bring it up. It would bring up, if you decline the penalty, it would keep it a 3rd and 2. If you accept it, 2nd and 7. They're going to accept the false start penalty to bring it to 2nd and 7.
Yeah, not sure. I mean, they kind of got him on their heels, gives him a chance to back him up a little bit, kind of play a little bit of zone defense here.
Brian Wilson, the quarterback, completing 68% of his passes, comes out in an empty set on 2nd and 7. Wilson looks over the middle, has his receiver hit as soon as he's brought the ball in. That was number 33 over the middle, Brady Eads.
Yeah, so I mean,
just fit that one in.
Yeah, what a great catch. I mean, like you said, if he would have declined, he would have been in the same spot, right? So what do you do?
3rd and 1 after a gain of 6. Wilson will tuck and run. Inside the 10, picks up a 1st down. Wilson dives into the end zone. Touchdown, Riverside.
What a great play design. Line them up, spread them out, get the quarterback unaccounted for. You know, he's got to got to get off that block out there. He's going to make that play, but that quarterback did a good job getting in that end zone.
Wilson's second rushing touchdown on the season. Give him 9 in total. And Riverside drives down on their opening drive for a game-leading touchdown. That's 7-0 after the extra point.
Kevin Kraft came out slinging the ball, getting them on their heels. You know, that's what he does. He's throwing the ball in Valley Center really well when he was in high school, and his dad was his head coach, and he's bringing it all down to the table and just getting the Jaguars comfortable with the way he plays football through the air.
Timothy Tynan on the extra point. So Tigers do it through the air and on the ground on that last offensive possession. Nice balance for them.
Yeah. I would say there were two run plays. The rest all pass plays. I would think they're going to go back to the run game, but I think they're going to keep throwing the ball.
Well, some of that will decide on how Southwestern responds on their first offense possession. Once again, Brian Wilson. The 8-yard touchdown run to start the scoring.
Well, like you said, Bo, not much defense going to be played here today because those offensive schemes are going to be tested.
Yeah, Riverside living up to the hype early, as mentioned.
For sure.
They not only do they average 570 yards per game, but that usually equates to a lot of points being scored. They're averaging 47 per. Ashby Fan fumbles the ball at the 15, scooped up at the 20. A great job right there, picking that ball up and making something out of nothing was number 19.
Looking like they had a design reverse, huh, Bo?
That was actually number 39, Jamar Johnson, the backup running back. Heads-up play. That would have been not good for Southwestern right there if they would have fumbled that ball and given it right back to Riverside.
Yeah, those balls are tough. When the wind like this and it's dying on you.
There's a little crosswind here today.
It's starting to kind of control the ball. So we'll see how that pass game goes when you're going against the wind. It's going to be a big difference.
On comes Brayton Silber. 17 touchdowns, 2 interceptions on the season. No, scratch that. That's not Silber. That's backup quarterback number 14, Ty McCutcheon.
Tackled by David Lene.
Yeah, nice open field tackle
Great
right there.
Great job getting in the backfield right there.
So Silber started the first 5 games, and it was McCutcheon who started last week's game against Palomar. Threw for 280. Didn't throw any touchdowns because the ground game was so effective against Palomar. McCutcheon looks near side. Clint Thomas Jr. unable to get out in front of the blocks. And that was a nice open field tackle right there by number 56 from Riverside, Caden Ariano.
Yeah, the coach there thought he could slip an underscreen underneath because that front is coming up field so fast, making plays in the backfield. But they did a great job there running to the ball.
That's Clint Thomas Jr.'s team-leading 21st reception on the season. 3rd and 12. McCutcheon looks far side, nothing there. McCutcheon near side had Clint Thomas Jr. Little miscommunication right there.
Yeah, he did a good job there. I mean, looking one way, coming back, finding an open receiver, just got to settle down and stop fading towards the sideline a little bit. He had a hole right there. He's expecting him to sit down a little bit more. We'll see if that comes to life a little bit on the next couple drives, but I think the Jaguars are still trying to figure out what they want to do against this defense.
Yeah, and having their backup quarterback doesn't help. Riverside notorious for their 3-3-5. They only brought 3 on that last pass attempt. This one kind of shanked off the side of the foot, but a good roll for Southwestern inside the 25, and that will be a 42-yard punt. And Riverside will come on for their second offensive possession here today.
Kind of curious to see how they come out here. If they're going to want to throw the ball on first play and, maybe run the ball a little bit. They did a great job of getting down the field in their run game, so we'll see.
Brian Wilson comes back onto the field. It's the combination of him and Jared Doolittle.
Nice.
But Wilson is going to stay in after capping off the opening drive with an 8-yard touchdown run. And the drive started with a big run from Sibi. No whistles are blown. And Sibi gets stood up and pushed forward for another yard or two. Bring up a 2nd and medium. Riverside.
Staying in that same formation. Sorry about that, Bo.
Yeah, one of the reasons why Riverside scores so many points is because they love to get right up on the ball. Jags have 6 on the line. Pass near side. Blockers up front, crosses the 30. Bo Bruins on the reception. Nice open field tackle right there for a modest gain, but a first down for Riverside.
Yeah, great play design there. Get everybody thinking they're going to hand it off again, pull it, throw it to the flats, get some one-on-one blocks out there, make a guy miss, get a couple yards for a first down.
That was Captain Dylan Eads on the open field tackle. First down at the Riverside 33. Wilson, swing pass far side, Eads out in the flat. Wilson hits his running back, he cuts back, and he's going to go all the way for the 67-yard touchdown. Starting running back Kavion Sibley, his first receiving touchdown on the season. And he took it to the house right there. Nice blocks up front and cut back, and he did the rest.
Yeah, had some big guys out there. Kind of similar to the last play, right, Bo? We were talking about getting guys on the edge, getting some one-on-one blocks, but when you got those big guys there, you want to cut it back so they can get some blocks and get in the way of those guys, and you just got to use your speed. That's what he had there. Took it to the house.
And Tynan, 2 for 2 on his extra points. Riverside out with an early 14-0 lead. Not the way you wanted to start if you were Southwestern. Riverside started the game with the ball. So they go through the ground on their first touchdown and through the air on their second to their running back.
But like we said, it all starts with that pass game, Bo. You can run the ball, but if you can throw the ball,
opens things up, doesn't it?
It opens it up a lot. Forces you to play different types of defenses where you're dropping around, looking for zone coverage, and then all of a sudden you got to play man. And when you're man on man getting blocked and you got a running back unaccounted for, you got to make that tackle.
Back to a return for the Jaguars, Ashby Fan and Jones. Only 4 minutes into this game. Still a lot of game left, but all momentum on Riverside's side. You would hope for Southwestern to at least put a nice long drive together, keep their defense off the field. Ashby Fan will bring it in at the 2.
Got some blockers.
Fan going to bring it near side. Fan brought down at the 15. Great coverage by number 22, Devon Nafoa Masoe.
Masoe. How do you say that name twice, Bo?
Yeah, Masoe. Masoe with the dive, like Superman dive right there. That's a great open field tackle. Backup running back looking for extra time on the field. That's one way to do it, Travis.
Yeah, coming down the sideline. I mean, pretty much he was on the opposite side of the field and just clicked the heels and was able to make the tackle inside the 15. That's what you want from your special teams.
Return of 13 for FAM. Caleb Blocker hit at the line of scrimmage. Not a lot of running room tonight for the Jaguars.
Yeah, I think Riverside had that run dialed up. They had about 6 guys in the backfield before he had the ball. So it's kind of hard to go anywhere when you got guys in your face once you get to touching the ball.
You touched on it. It's the passing game for Southwestern that's going to open up the running game here today. Oh, yeah. Knowing that McCutcheon isn't the pass pro like Brayton Silber.
Yeah, we'd love to see some quick hitches here. Maybe a couple outs, quick swing routes. You never know, just to kind of get them on the edge a little bit.
Becker in the slot at the bottom of your screen. Jefferson in the slot at the top of your screen. They look Jefferson's way. McCutcheon flushed right. Hits Tyler Becker for a short gain.
Pretty good amount right there, about 7, 8 yards. That's good on the scramble play. Well, like you said, spread them out a little bit, open them up, make them cover, see if they can do that. I know they can stop the run with their front, but can they cover on the back end is what you really want to test with Riverside.
Yeah, Riverside has been okay right now, not bringing any extra guys up front. They've only been rushing 3, giving McCutcheon a little bit more time.
You got some athletic linebackers. You'll see them get down there.
Becker in motion. Oh, nice play design to Blocker. Blocker bounces off a tackle near the 30. Caleb Blocker, a big first down reception for the Jaguars.
Yeah, bringing just a shoulder pass, not going to wrap him up right here. You're going to have to bring your arms because he's going to bounce off and keep going forward. But, yeah, like you said, but great play design there. Just looking like a zone read, throwing to the flats, and then all of a sudden dumping it underneath. That's it's hard to stop when you're looking for the quick pass.
Nice first down for the Jaguars, keeping the chains moving with 9:20 and counting here in this opening quarter. Fake to Ashby Fan, pressure off the edge. McCutcheon pump fakes, makes something out of nothing. That RPO set up, but the defensive end blew that play up right there.
Yeah, I mean, looking up top, too, you got one-on-one coverage up there. You're thinking maybe quarterback make an adjustment, throw a fade route up there, but, hey, coach had something dialed up and thought it would work. Good job by the quarterback making that guy miss. Didn't take a loss. Maybe gained half a yard.
Actually picked up one.
Yeah.
That was Hancock off the edge for Riverside. Gain of 1 will bring up a 2nd and 9. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right for McCutcheon. McCutcheon bubble screen far side. Clint Thomas Jr. Breaks that initial tackle but runs right into a linebacker. Not where you want to go if you are a receiver, into Micah Valenzuela.
Thought he had a lane there, but, hey, it closed real quick. Like I said, those linebackers are athletic. Ross Nixon, the third, making that tackle. If he wasn't there to make that tackle, get off that block first. They had a guy in his face. He got off that block and made that tackle. If not, he'd still be running.
Short gain through the air to Clint Thomas Jr. will bring up a 3rd and medium. Once again, double formation for McCutcheon. Ashby Fan out of the backfield into the flats. McCutcheon wants to go deep, rethinks about it, dumps it down low to Klein. Short of the first down marker, though.
Got a decision to make here. You're on your side of the 50.
Wanted to go deep.
Yeah, and he had him deep, too. He just didn't have enough time to set up that throw. I think they collided on the backside post. He was trying to get to the middle of the field, and the timing was just thrown off just a little bit because I know he wanted to let it go, but had to double clutch and seen the guy that was closest to him. I think he had a chance to get a first down if he just would have just went straight once he caught the ball. But
to get upfield rather than stay lateral.
Yeah, it's tough.
Another short game, bringing up a 4th down. And the second punt for Southwestern, fair caught at the 30. And that's where Riverside will start with their 3rd offensive possession. They scored on their first 2 offensive possessions, Trav. 8 minutes remaining here in the opening quarter. They scored 14 points in the first 4 minutes of today's ball game.
Yeah, I think the Jaguars are going to have to figure out what they want to do on the back end here because a lot of their safeties are sitting back. If you bring them down and get them in the face, I think they'll be a little bit more effective.
Brian Wilson back onto the field, drove down its first 2 drives, used a little bit of his legs and his arms. Jaguars, good secondary coverage, had Wilson tuck and run for a short gain.
Yeah, their front line is doing a great job of getting pressure. If that first read is not there, the quarterback has no room to run, really. So as long as they keep that up and not allow these guys to get on the edge of them, I think they'll be okay.
Frankie Omeda on the near side. Defensive end out of Chula Vista, California. And the handoff up the gut. Huge lane into the secondary. Inside the 30. 1 man to beat. 10-5. Touchdown, Riverside.
Yeah, wow, here we go.
Wow, Marquise Monroe takes his 45th carry for a 69-yard touchdown. Shot out of a cannon, Travis.
Yeah, and that backer made a wrong decision. You can't make guesses right there. If your D lineman's getting blocked in and you run around the block, they're leaving a lane there, and that's what happened. There was a big lane right up the middle. He took it, and like you said, there's no looking back when you got open greenery in front of you. That safety did a good job chasing him down. It's just hard when you got so much room to make you just kind of chase me. What can you do? Push him out of bounds?
Yeah,
it's kind of hard to do there, but you can't run around blocks, and he's going to learn that on film probably tomorrow.
Riverside has now scored 21 points in less than a half a quarter, Travis. Big play after big play. And it's been from both running backs, Kavion Sibley and Marquise Monroe.
Yeah, it's been really good on their end of reading the blocks. The front line is just creating a lane, but it's not giving them much space to think. It's just hit it and go, and that's what they've been doing. But I think it was the passing game also that's forced them to open up the defense a little bit to keep 2 guys in, but also, make those 2 guys make tackles. If they're not making a tackle, there's really nobody else there.
That was Monroe's third rushing touchdown on the season. He averages 6.5 carries or 6.5 yards per carry. Sibi, coming into this game, averaged 10 yards per pop. He's over that right now with an impressive performance to start today's game.
Can't count these Jaguars out. There's a lot of time left.
Yep.
This first quarter, everybody starts to feel the jitters. Once they settle down, we'll see how they do. But I think this drive right here will change the game for them a little bit.
Ashby Fan once again on the return. He'll bring it in at the 5. Coming near side, crosses the 20, has a lane at the 30. And is tackled near the 40-yard line. A 35-yard return for Ashby Fan.
Well-needed return here. Need to get you up the field, man. He did a good job of just finding it and going. Not really looking to make too many moves, using his blockers, and he would get to the 40-yard line. 30. What is that? The 38.
38. Yep.
Wow, it's a great return. Can't ask for much more from your returners.
Ashby Fan will check back in on this third offensive possession for the Jaguars. Josiah Jefferson has yet to have a target here today. He's in the slot at the bottom of your screen. McCutcheon looking that way. Nothing there. McCutcheon wants to go deep over the middle. Has Clint Chalmers Jr. and overthrows his intended receiver.
Had a good play design there. I know he's looking for Jefferson on that out route, but that backside post, you got to throw him up the field a little bit. Throw a little bit behind him, and it's just
I think
hard
that's
to
a situation
adjust
he
to.
throws more to the boundary. Because Clinton Thomas Jr. was coming to the boundary rather than that's what you meant by up the field.
Up the field, a little bit more to the sideline, out in front of him. I don't know if you heard it before, but one step ahead usually helps you kind of get it on timing. If you're looking to throw it right at him, it's usually behind him.
Yeah, especially that deep. That was not an easy throw for McCutcheon. Ashby Fan off the left side. Once again, the run game stifled by Riverside up front. That's linebacker David Laney.
Yeah, he did a great job getting a play in the backfield, and now he's just like, man.
Just met him in the hole.
You're not going to run by me.
No gain. The easiest way to stop a running back from a big gain is meeting him before he gets downhill untouched into the secondary, like we saw those big 2 runs from Riverside. Open lane and just getting the secondary with that acceleration, so tough to bring down these college running backs.
Yeah, it's very hard when you're in open field.
Josiah Jefferson was on the drag, didn't get it. He wants to go deep. Jefferson, if he would have got it, he could have picked up a first down, but McCutcheon decided to go deep to Klein.
McCutcheon had some time here. If he got outside the pocket, probably would have made it a little bit easier throw for him. He's trying to stand in there and deliver a good ball. It's just kind of hard when you got guys in your face.
Yeah.
You got to get outside. There's really nobody outside over there. The O-line did a great job of containing and keeping everything in. You just got to get outside, and if anything, you could have ran for that.
3 offensive possessions, 3 punts for the Southwestern Jaguars. This will check at the 30. A flag late away from the play on the near side. I didn't see any extracurricular activity.
I'm not sure what they saw. Maybe a block in the back, but didn't really see too much.
Blindside block on Riverside.
Yeah, that's usually the case. When you see a late flag, it's usually somebody clipping somebody later on down the field. No one see. They don't think they're seeing, but there's one referee that catches you.
And it happened to be the one on the farthest side of the field.
Yep, I was gonna say.
Furthest one away from the play.
He must have the best eyes at all 5 of them. Which helps the Jaguars out here, pushes them back, got them behind the 8 ball a little bit. Here we go.
Brian Wilson has led this offense to 3 touchdowns. Swing pass near side. Nice tackle by Nico Ta'a in the open field for a short gain.
They're still getting him on the edge. Luckily he came and made that tackle, but they're starting to spread him out a little bit.
Reception was Marquise Monroe after that big touchdown one. Monroe again into the secondary. He's tackled by La Chapa, but not before another big first down on the ground.
Good job by the running back reading his blocks.
Nice block.
Went in, bounced it out.
You like pancakes for breakfast, Trav?
Oh, man. A little syrup.
A little extra butter. That's what Riverside's doing to Southwestern right now. Monroe in motion. They're going to get it to Monroe again. Nice adjustment by Monroe, bringing that one down, but Southwestern a little bit more hip to it on the far side of the field.
Yeah, I like how they went to that two-back formation, but I think Southwestern's starting to realize, hey, I got to keep somebody in the flats because they're starting to abuse us over there. And they're doing a good job of now wrapping them up, keeping them to second and long instead of second and short.
Thaddeus Woods, first one to the point of attack. Short game, bringing up a 2nd and 8. Play fake.
Ooh.
Ball's knocked up in the air. That ball's intercepted by the Jaguars. A big momentum play needed for the Southwestern defense.
It was a great job getting your hands up in his face, man. He had a guy coming across the middle, but when you got D linemen like that are doing the momentum push, I guess we call it, getting that shift of momentum of the O-line into the backfield, and you get your hands up, that quarterback has to.
I want to see who got their hands up.
Number 40, I think it was.
Was it Carson?
Yep.
And Nico Ta'a with the pick. Carson Curtis, great job. If you can't get to the quarterback, right, you get your hands up.
Man.
Curtis did just that. Nico Ta'a, right place, right time with the INT.
Love to see the Jaguars capitalize on that.
Ball at the Riverside at 37. Blocker up the gut.
Good play design there. Spread them out. 3 receivers to the right. Hand it off. Get about, what, 6 yards, 5 yards there?
Blocker averaging 7 yards per carry. He leads the team with 6 rushing touchdowns on the season. Also helps the team through the air. 11 receptions for 107 in a score.
And like you said, Bo, with 3 down linemen and you're spreading them out, you only got one guy in there helping you. You got the outside backers trying to make a play. It's kind of tough.
Light box, play fake. McCutcheon near side. That's Becker inside the 20. Flag thrown late after the reception.
Oh, wow. It's unfortunate. I don't think he was lined up properly.
No, I think it was a legal man downfield. Because it was a play fake. Sometimes the linemen think it's going to be a run. Okay, love that.
Yeah, I didn't really see much. Most of the linemen were really stationary. You know, they were staying there waiting, and they did a good job of getting that play count. You know, 1,000, 2, 1,000, and then going. But the quarterback held it a little bit longer than he wanted. He was looking for Josiah across the middle. Luckily, that guy was there. The check down was wide open.
Jaguars first time inside scoring territory. And we had a whistle. Then the whistle was taken back.
I wonder if they didn't get that play clock set properly.
Still first quarter. This is one of the longest first quarters. 4:03 remaining.
But very exciting. This is what football's all about, right? Big plays. You want to see the ball in there.
Unfortunately, it's only been one side scoring. Brockler off the left side. Blocker inside the 10. Nice lane for a blocker. He picks up 13 on the ground.
They found it. They found their formula here is get the ball to one of your running backs with the least amount of people around them, right, Bo?
Is that how that works?
It looks like it, yeah. One-on-one blocking down here. I mean, if it's going to be offensive coordinator game, it's going to have to come down to that. Spread them out, run the ball.
Blocker coming up on 600 rushing yards on the season. Leads the team with 6 rushing touchdowns. Sidesteps that initial defender, but met at the line of scrimmage once again by Riverside.
Quarterback here could have kept it. I mean, he had a blocker.
Yeah, that defensive end came crashing down, didn't he?
Yeah, came crashing down. Josiah picked him up, and it was just him in the end zone.
Second and goal at the 6. Is it safe to say this is 4-down territory, down 3 scores?
Oh, yeah. No doubt, Bo, no doubt. Love to see one-on-one matchup down here. What he's going to use.
Clint Thomas Jr., the one-on-one. McCutcheon looks near side. In the back of the end zone, nothing there.
Got a flag. Back of the.
That was great coverage near side by Ty Staples on Clint Thomas Jr.
Yeah, he's doing a great job. Saw him pregame over there working on that goalpost, working on his technique, and he did a little bit of that down here. One-on-one, pressed him up. Got a little bit handsy on him, but, hey, what can you do? You can't get the ball to him if you got hands on him.
Yeah, you know what? When you see that one-on-one coverage, and Thomas Jr. has been your top target all season, you have to go to that.
I would think, and I saw that early on the opposite side of the field, but, right here in the red zone, at least give him a chance. Jump balls are it's
That's
what
where
it's
he's
made
at his
for.
best. Him and A.J. Perry.
It's what it's made for.
So Perry is now the single-side receiver at the bottom of your screen. He's pressed at the 16. McCutcheon looks that way.
There
McCutcheon goes that way. Perry to the end zone. Touchdown, Jaguars.
I don't know if we said anything about that, Bo, but that was a great catch, great throw.
Right on cue, the 17-yard strike to A.J. Perry the second. And Jaguars on the board.
Great job, Coach, seeing that one-on-one.
A.J. Perry's first touchdown on the season.
Wow.
McCutcheon's first passing touchdown on the season.
I know they're excited about that against Riverside.
28 points, still 2:30 remaining in the opening quarter. If you took the over, you're looking good right now. Cuevas on for the extra point.
Good thing I'm not a bet man, huh, Bo?
Not anymore. Not me.
I mean,
only on Sundays.
I love to see the tenacity and the fight in the Jaguars to come out and just, you know what, I'm down 21, I don't care. I'm going to still throw the ball. I'm going to still do what I want. I'm going to spread you out. I'm going to force you to cover me one-on-one. And when you got athletes like that, all you can do is just get them the ball, and that was a great job of just putting it up and outside, letting him out-jump the cornerback and make that play. That's what junior college football is all about. It's one-on-one matchups. Who's going to win?
Much needed touchdown right there, and points off the turnover. So the defense putting them in great scoring position, and the offense finishing the job.
Yeah, defense doing a great job getting their hands up. The thing about that is, can they sustain? I see a guy down here, one of the D linemen hurt his knee, might have been O lineman, but I mean, hopefully they can stay healthy and keep getting that pressure. They've been rotating their guys in and out, but we'll love to see how their defense comes alive here and keeps that momentum rolling.
Ferguson and Connor back to receive. Onside kick
Ooh.
By the Jaguars, and the Jaguars recover. There's a flag on the far side of the field. It might be offsides, and it looks like the Jaguars were offsides.
Either that or I think he touched it a little bit too soon because, I'm not sure what happened there, but it looks like he didn't really let the ball go all the way to the 40.
Yeah, no, they kicked it at the 35. Went 10 yards.
Oh, okay, yeah, it did.
Yeah, so you could see it, check it at the top of your screen. Top of your screen, and even this guy right here.
Yeah.
A half a yard. Half a yard.
That's
the discipline we talk about, right? At this level.
That's unfortunate, man, especially when you're the outside guy and you're right next to the referee.
You're not even in the play. Not even in the play.
It's something that, your adrenaline takes a hold of you, and you got to be, like you said, be a little more disciplined, and just, you can't do it right in front of the ref.
And that was the ref that threw the flag, by the way.
You gotta give the coach some credit there, though.
Beautiful play call right there.
To just make that decision.
And it brings up the point with NFL taking that away. Like, you have to say you're doing the onside kick before you do the onside kick. It just takes away from the X's and O's and the ability to coach.
The whole point of the onside kick is, to have that deceiving factor of, will it happen?
Right. And you do it when they least expect it. And down 2 scores with the momentum on your side. I love the play call. I love the idea, just unable to execute the Jaguars, and they'll have to punt this one off.
It's a good kick, though. Just got to make the tackle.
Riverside had a lane. It closed down quickly, but not before a nice return by Camden Connor of Riverside.
And unfortunately, that flag did give them good field position.
25-yard return for Connor. This is Riverside's 5th offensive possession. They scored on their first 3, and Jaguars got a Nico Ta'a interception that resulted in an A.J. Perry 17-yard touchdown to bring it within 2 scores. Still in the first quarter? Yep, we're still in the first quarter. 2:21 remaining. It's been the running game of Riverside. The hard run.
With the
nice
harder hit. Yeah.
Can't tell if that's Monroe or Sibley. They've both been so effective here today. That was 8. That was Sibley.
Yeah, he came in and I would say stopped his feet in the tracks. Great hit. Just got to pick your head up and bring through the arms.
Gain of 4. Sibley again, this time off the right side, another lane. Jeremiah Jones hangs on for dear life, but not before another first down run for Riverside.
Yeah, almost a touchdown saving tackle here. He doesn't make that tackle. He's off to the races again. But what a good job flowing downhill and just getting hands on and making him come down. You know, a lot of people can't finish that tackle.
Jones, the anchor in the middle. Alongside him right now is Brady Eads. Quick hit far side by Wilson.
Like that play call there. You get yourself about 5 yards. Looks like you got a running formation here, and you're throwing a quick swing route to the boundary. I mean, that's some crafty stuff there. What do you think, Bo?
Yeah, and they're getting it to their top target in open space. That's Dominic Cox's second reception on the season, or second reception here today, his team-leading 45th reception on the season. Leads a team with just under 800 receiving yards. Wilson play fakes. Wilson looks deep. Checks near side to Cox once again.
Great job covering that one-on-one down there.
Nice secondary coverage.
The corner.
You love the progression of the reads, right? Usually you see short to deep. This time you went deep to short.
Yeah, I mean, when you got the formation, though, that's kind of dictating the routes. You got the one-on-one down here, and the guy's running a deep over. You kind of got to go deep to short, check it down. But I would love to see more of that going forward.
And the run from Riverside off the edge once again. Another big first down run, this time coming on a third down, but a late flag.
Yeah, I think
that was Kyle Tyler, his 29th carry on the season. Might have got a hold on the edge. Riverside a little frustrated about that one because Tyler had a first down run. Oh.
Jaguars got to
with
keep
the
their
arguing
composure.
that was going on over there, it felt like it was a holding call, but they called the face mask on the Jaguars, and Riverside, another first down.
Yeah, in the first couple games, boy, how many penalties did you see the Jaguars have?
Yeah, not this early in the first quarter. This is definitely not been their best quarter. Pump fake by Wilson. Wilson has a wide receiver inside the 5. Wide open. He walks in for the touchdown.
Spread him out, you know, force him to cover tight end with one backer in the middle of the field. It's kind of tough. He has been seeing that all game, and I think he just did a great play call, Bo, I would have to say right there, and caught the Jaguars sleeping.
Hector Garcia, the tight end, his 13th reception, his first receiving touchdown. Brian Wilson, 2 passing touchdowns here today, make it 9 on the season. And Riverside on the extra point, up and good. And they're getting a little extra chippy, Travis.
Yeah, a little frustration setting in. That front line is starting to talk a little bit more than they want to, you know, to the other team. But you got to give credit to where credit is due. That was just a great play call. When you got the defense sitting in zone and they're not even realizing that there's a tight end in the game.
How deep was that
touchdown?
Man. Yeah, 25 yards. So Riverside responds after Jaguars score their first touchdown. Back up 21. They were up 21-0 to start the game. Still in the first quarter, Travis. 46 seconds remaining.
Talk about exciting football.
Yeah, 35 points here in this opening quarter. Riverside averages 47 points per game. Southwestern, 40 points. So is that according to my math? The Rubik's Cubes, add the 8, bring it over the 7. 87 points. So we're on the mark to just go above that. At this point, we're looking over 100.
Yeah, we'll see.
It's going to be a 4-hour ball game. You could go grab a snack. We'll be here in the next couple hours. First touchback of today. Southwestern back onto the field. This will be their 5th offensive possession. First 3 resulted in punts. Their 4th Possession ended up with the 17-yard touchdown to A.J. Perry II. McCutcheon's first passing touchdown on the season, Perry's first receiving touchdown on the season, and you could chalk that one up as a win for Travis and I. Not that we called that, but yeah, we called that one. It was good one-on-one coverage and beautiful throw by McCutcheon.
One thing you can say about this type of game is the film study is going to be very important, right? Going forward, you're going to be able to learn a lot from this game, how you come back from adversity, but also, you know, the mistakes that you put out there early in the game. You want to how you make the change.
Southwestern will try to get one more play before the end of the first quarter after no gain on the ground. McCutcheon. That ball is knocked down at the line of scrimmage. Riverside bringing 3 or 4, but it's been effective for them here today. Almost like a 3 and a spy, huh?
Yeah. It seems like they're bringing 4, delayed 4, but he's really the mic backer, so he's just kind of sitting there waiting to see what the quarterback's doing. The quarterback's looking at him. He's going to look right there and put his hands up. Surprised he didn't catch that.
Yeah, David Lene has been impressive here today, meeting the running backs at the line of scrimmage in the hole and doing a good job in coverage. 3 receivers to the far side of McCutcheon. 3rd down and 10. McCutcheon looks far side, has his receiver, Clint Thomas Jr., 1st down and more.
I think they found that hole right there, Bo. Like we were saying, that one-on-one up there, it's tough when you run a 3-3-5 with a spy because now you're relying on your corners to cover one-on-one, right? And if they're playing off 10 yards, can you really stop a 10-yard route? You're expecting them to run a fade when you get past 5. They snap it off at 10, and you're catching the ball. It's like, man, Coach, I might need a little help.
And that will end exciting first quarter action. 35 points scored here on the Cali Photo Sports Network. We'll be back with you second quarter action here from Devore Stadium. Back with you, second quarter action here at Devore Stadium, Riverside, at 28, Southwestern 7 here on the Cali Photo Sports Network. Far side, Klein on the reception. Nice hands by Klein for a nice modest gain.
Yeah, they're doing a good job getting the ball out now. Starting to understand the coverage and starting to just get the ball to the receivers that are open.
Nice ball to the far side of the field, too.
Yeah, it's a long throw.
Gain of 5 will bring up a 2nd and 5. Backup quarterback, McCutcheon in. He has a huge uphill battle to climb, Travis, down 21.
Yep. It's tough for a backup quarterback to get that confidence, but hey, this is what you practice for.
Bunch formation to the far side of the field for McCutcheon. McCutcheon looks over the middle. McCutcheon with a lot of time has the running back out of the backfield. Ashby Fan with his biggest reception of the day.
You can see where he's actually getting a little more comfortable, staying in that pocket, stepping up, delivering a good ball to the running back. I mean, he's starting to feel like, you know, he's meant to be there, you know, not just a backup.
Ashby Fan, his 10th reception on the season. We saw him that opening week with like 3 or 4 receptions for a team leading, I think it was 90 yards and a score. He had a huge impact both on the ground and through the air.
Yeah, it's good to see him back out and running routes. You know, that's where they're a little more effective.
McCutcheon looks single side, has his receiver Clint Thomas Jr. inside the 20. And CTJ starting to get it going here in this first half.
What is a catch with those hands? If you see him snag that ball out the air, that's what recruiters want to see.
That's that Michael Irvin slant over the middle.
Irvin, you talking about the shoulder pad shimmy? It looked good. And he doesn't take a hit there. That's one thing. When you're coming across the middle and you catch the ball like that with your hands and most of the time, most receivers want to try to run into somebody, run you over, but you get down and just get to the next play healthy. That's what you want.
Clint Thomas Jr., the single side receiver at the top of your screen. They're going to go to CTJ to the end zone. Touchdown, Jaguars.
What a great play call. I mean, the corner bailed up there, so he's kind of looking away from him. Then he has to come back to him and sees him and just delivers a strike. If he would have waited a second longer, he would have been covered up. But just being able to adjust and find his man that fast is just it's quarterback instincts right there.
13-yard touchdown pass, his second of the day. Clint Thomas Jr.'s 5th reception of the season, team leading, and Jaguars cut the deficit back to 2 scores.
It's just unfair. That linebacker's lost. He's over here seeing sprint out, and then all of a sudden he can't sprint out, throws it backside, and he's like, oh, man, I can't cover both sides.
Do you think that play was designed for that? Or because I saw him get cut off, so I think the play was developed for him to get flush left or roll left.
Sprint out, yep.
And then pressure off the edge, cuts back. Great adjustment by 14 right there.
It's just a great, like I said, quarterback instincts, knowing your routes, like knowing what's coming, knowing that, okay, I have a backside dig. Not really so much of a dig, but just an under route coming. So if he's my check down, if I have everything else fails on the front end where I'm sprinting out to, I can always know where that backside is. And like I said, the linebacker was lost because he's supposed to help with anything that's to the sprint outside. And when you have the backside there, the corner's just bailing. You expect him to take care of that on his own, but.
And
just a great
linebacker at that second level is not looking for that backside under route because 3 receivers to the far side of the field.
You're
he's
looking for that
left.
running back. At least
we know the pressure's coming off that way. I need to get to the far side of the field as quick as I can.
Or look for something that's coming in from that. Because you got sprint out. There's usually something coming in.
The misdirection.
And that's the hard part for him is he gets spun on a circle looking backside. Great job by the quarterback once again.
Connor at the 12, crosses the 30, and is twirled down after crossing the 35. Brought down by Wedderburn the second.
One thing you can say, Bo, is these special teams are getting the ball for the offense in good field position. The kick returns have been, above average, I would have to say.
Setting up great field position.
Yes.
Valentino Wedderburn the second out of Arborview, Las Vegas. Arborview High School in Las Vegas. Kavion Sibley back on as a single back. Cox in motion. They're going to play fake. He's going to keep. Wilson has a block in front into Southwestern territory. We haven't seen Wilson keep too much, but he likes to use his legs.
Oh, that was a formation I don't think they saw all game right there. That was tight doubles, or it was I think it was doubles with a wing personnel, but he ran its own read out of that quarterback keep. That's
Wilson eclipses 200 rushing yards on the season after that one. He keeps. Saw his receiver was wide open near the first down marker. That was number 1, Ross Nickerson the second.
You gotta like that play design.
Nixon with the 8-yard grab brings up a 2nd and 2. Nixon's first reception on the game. And his 18th reception on the season. Cox in motion. Split formation, movement up front, no call.
Got a flinch out there, too.
Wilson wants to get it to his running back in the flats. That's Bo Bruins. Makes that first guy miss and picks up a first down through the air.
Bo Bruins, man, that guy is a big running back. Can't make that tackle one-on-one, but you're not bringing him down.
It's like a fullback tight end out of Ramona High School in Riverside, California. 5'10", 215.
Love to see that guy catch the ball in open space, right?
Not if you're a defensive player, no. Especially if you're a DB with him coming downhill. Moving up front again. This time they call it. 12:02 remaining in this second quarter.
Sometimes you want to go a little bit faster than you can, right? You got to get some deep breaths in there as a front lineman. And when sometimes you take that deep breath and you rock back a little bit, yeah, you're false started.
Well,
sorry about
it's
that.
usually a good indication on where the play is going or what type of play was called.
Yeah.
If I know I have to get my butt around on a counter, I'm going to be the first one to move most likely.
Oh.
Quick hit far side. and picks up those yards lost and a few more.
It went to a tight bunch. I'm not really so much tight. I mean,
just bunch far side.
Yeah,
they just
bunch
played a
far.
numbers game right there.
But it looked like he kind of hit a little bit. I don't think they accounted for that third receiver out there.
Oh, you're saying he acted like he went off the no. He was kind of playing it like he was off the field talking to the coach.
I just don't think Southwestern saw that.
Yeah. And the Jaguars stuffed the run at the line of scrimmage on second down.
Oh, well, they were there for that one right there. Look at that. Look at this movement up front. Get off me. You got to make that tackle. He's on it. 52 with a great
Nick
move.
Joseph, first one to the point of attack.
Great swim move there.
No gain on the ground will bring up a third and short. Call it a 3rd and 4. Wilson play fake. He's going to go far side again, just too easy for Riverside, but a flag on the near side of the field. The flag was thrown at the line of scrimmage.
Uh-oh. Might be a sideline warning here. That's tough.
Sideline warning on Southwestern. Coach Rodriguez, you got to talk nicer to him.
Those are unaccounted for, man. Those are tough. Defense out there working hard.
But they went back to that same formation.
Yep.
And when they do that, they're just playing the numbers game, right?
Yeah, they love to see. They love to see if you're going to run out there. If not, you're going to keep a backer that's going to chase me. I'm going to take that advantage all day. Big guy and little guy, who's going to win?
Ball at the 25. Once again, it's Sibi. Sibi averaging 10 yards per carry. Picks up a modest gain on the ground. Bring up a 2nd and medium.
And then when you're able to hand it off and get that much on your, what is that, first down, it's depleting. It depletes your defense, man. It forces you to just, run cover 3 zone sometimes, keep guys in the box, but then you got them throwing it on the edge, so now you got to play some man or run some cover 2, maybe a cover 4 here and there, but you got to adjust.
Riverside has scored on 5 of their 6 possessions. 4 of their 5 possessions. Something like that. They're scoring a lot right now. Inside the 10, Sibi. Man, he's been impressive here today, Travis, through the ground and through the air.
I mean, you're not tackling him with one guy, that is for sure. And if you're getting tired at all, you better get off the field because he's not tired at all.
This is Riverside's 6th possession. So they've scored 4 of their 5. The only time they didn't score was a Southwestern turnover that turned into their first 7 points. Coming up on the 10-minute mark, Sibi. Oh, no. Ta'a wrapped up Sibi in the backfield, but it was Wilson who kept. And Wilson's 3rd touchdown on the game.
Well, what a great job by the quarterback. Seeing everybody just, like I said, the guy that's not tired is the running back. So, I mean, why not go after him, right? But you got to still be disciplined enough to do your job. You got 2 guys chasing one guy, and the quarterback sees that. He's just going to take advantage of it.
Wilson's 2nd rushing score of the game.
That's what your quarterback's for, Bo.
Yeah.
But you got to give credit to that offense
because it's the read from the defensive end. That's where Wilson makes this play. Seeing everything crashing.
Yeah, and
that's
the outside
what you were
backer.
mentioning too. To your point was when your ground game is so effective on first down, you almost have to crash as a DN.
Yeah, especially when you're in the red zone that close. I mean, sometimes you want to make the play when you know your job is to not go after the running back because you have a quarterback to be accounted for, and he's only kept the ball a couple times, so you're expecting the running back to get the ball. But if you're undisciplined, the quarterback that is smart enough to make you pay will do that.
Well, and I think it's just you got to pick your poison. And unfortunately, in that situation with the effective run game, you had to come down. And that's why you continue to run that RPO when you have success in the run game because you're playing those options.
Yeah. Plus, I mean, that formation, too. When you're seeing that formation maybe 3 times, you're expecting run all the time with your running back because you got that wing in there and you got a tight formation. So you expect him to hand it off. But Kraft has done such a good job of just fluctuating. It's kind of hard to tell what they're going to do. They're just guessing out there, and you can tell that's what happened.
Wilson with 3 touchdowns here today, 2 on the ground, 1 through the air. That's Ashby Fan inside the 5. Crosses the 20, spins to the 25, but a nice tackle right there to bring him down.
I have to say, sometimes I feel like, you're doing a lot out there as a running back, as a kick returner, as catching the ball. I don't think he was at full speed when he was running right there, but, hey, he did a great job making guys miss. Might want to think about maybe doing a substitute back there for kick return, give him a break.
Cameron Dollarhide on the open field tackle, and he landed. What? Dollarhide. That's a big boy. He's much bigger than Ashby Fan. And those are those like tackles where you just have the breath just taken out of you.
Yeah, especially when you get caught in a spin like that.
Blocker gets hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards for no gain.
We got helmets flying everywhere. I don't know what's going on with Riverside's helmets, but they need to tighten them chin straps.
Yeah, no, I've noticed multiple Tiger helmets as well on the field. Samuel Fanua on that last tackle for no gain brings up a 2nd and 10.
Jaguars got to be smart, though. They got to keep their composure. I know it's getting a little physical, a little scrappy here, but, the one that keeps their composure at the end is going to pull it out. You can't allow the other team to get in your head, especially when you're down. You can't allow your momentum to shift because you're giving away too many yards on penalties.
Josiah Jefferson has yet to have a target here today. He's the wingback on the left side of the formation. Movement up front.
Oh.
Jaguars will scoop back 5. All right, you just talked about it, Travis.
You got to be disciplined in this situation, but also you got to give credit to that defense. Defense finally deciding to just bring a little bit of heat, and they're making a little bit more movement up front, which is causing the offensive lineman to make adjustments, right? And you're making adjustments and you get set. You probably shouldn't get set that soon. There you go, center. Center's putting his hand up, make sure.
Riverside, 5 on the line. They bring 4. McCutcheon, a lot of time. McCutcheon will tuck and run. The hesitation behind that lead blocker right there.
Yeah, those are the decisions you got to figure out. Okay, am I going to go left, right? But either way, I got to go. I can't wait for my lineman to get any faster because it's probably not going to happen.
They get some of those lost yards back. Gain of 8. Gain of 7 brings up a gain of 8 brings up a 3rd and 7. Double formation, to the left, to the right. Becker in motion. McCutcheon over the middle. Has a receiver near the 35. That's his first grab of the day, and it's good enough for a first down. Josiah Jefferson on the grab.
Smart play call, getting the ball in open field. I mean, he's a big guy. It takes 3 guys to bring him down, and he falls forward for the first down. I mean, that's what you want, right? Spread them out. They brought 4 that time, and they found the hole.
Valenzuela and Smith on the tackle. Up for a gain of 8 for Jefferson. He stays lined up at the bottom of your screen in the slot. McCutcheon had Jefferson, checks off of him. He'll tuck and run. Crosses the 40. And McCutcheon using his legs. Time. For a gain of 6.
Yeah, they're starting to turn it up a little bit. They brought 5 that time, but a little delay with the linebacker. But I think the quarterback made a good decision there, not trying to force the ball because if that ball gets batted around, we got to get an interception.
I think they're telling that extra guy, that spy, to come to the line, close that gap, and if you see an opening, go for it. If you don't, stay back in formation or just keep him in the tackle box. McCutcheon. Far side.
Oh, good play call.
Has his receiver, Klein, who goes down and makes the grab for a first down.
I think we used to call that low for arrow, Bo. Is
that
what that was right there? A little curl, 10-yard curl.
Route.
Yeah. I like that. That was a great play design right there. You see them running zone. They're chasing the flats. You got the curl come right behind it at 10 yards.
Opening up that window.
You just want the quarterback to get him the ball a little bit sooner and a little bit higher so he can catch it and make a move. But that was a great catch.
Jaguars back into Riverside territory, dipping under 7 minutes here in the first half. McCutcheon has looked good here today. McCutcheon near side, beautiful throw.
Oh. Tough part is he's fading in that throw. He had the time, though.
Goins, the intended receiver, fading away. It looked like he was going to hit him, too, from our angle.
Yeah.
Just continued out of bounds.
Kind of similar to what we talked about before. We love to see him get outside the pocket a little bit more instead of trying to force a throw with a guy in your face.
Like, get there now.
Yeah, get outside.
Rather than just take your time fading that way.
I mean, I know you want to try to throw the ball on time with your receiver, but if you can get outside and the receiver sets up, you can get him a good ball with you just, not having to fade away from it.
McCutcheon play fake. Clint Thomas Jr. over the middle near the 40. RPO working to the Southwestern favor, Travis.
Well, yeah, I see them deciding not to run as heavy as they usually do. Now they're starting to throw the ball a little bit more, understanding that, Riverside's pretty big up front, but when they do a couple little quick passes and things like that, they're opening up their defense.
Leading the way up front, Sean Saavedra out of Cajon High School in San Bernardino, California.
Ooh. Man
Third
up.
down, Jaguars need to get to the 38. McCutcheon fading backwards. Once again, the pressure making McCutcheon fade away from the line of scrimmage, making it a difficult pass.
Yeah, I guess he thought he had somebody coming off the edge, but I don't understand why he didn't just take off and run, float to the left, not just fade back. Those are hard throws to make when you're fading away from your receiver. Maybe it's just him getting used to that, but I think he needs to get a little bit better at getting outside, stepping up, and throwing the ball.
Jaguars need to get to the 38, 4th and 3. This is the first 4th down attempt of the ball game. 6:08 remaining in the first half. 3 receivers to the right. McCutcheon wants to go single side. McCutcheon has Clint Thomas Jr. for a first down.
And that's just backyard football there, Bo. I mean, he was looking to throw the fade. He realized his quarterback was in trouble, and he just comes back to him and makes a great catch.
Needed 4, picked up 9. And the Jaguars keep the sticks moving. Now under 6 minutes.
When all fails, be an athlete, right? And that's what he did there. He created separation and just realized he needed to come back to his quarterback and just caught the ball for a first down. Very clutch.
Big 4th down conversion. McCutcheon play fake. McCutcheon pressure off the edge. McCutcheon has his receiver inside the 10. Tyler Becker with the 30-yard reception.
Man, he does a great job of taking the hit and just delivering a strike. That play design takes a little bit to develop. He knew it, and that's why he was sitting there waiting for that one split second to get rid of it, and he got the ball off just in time.
Jaguars on the ball quickly. Blocker. No, McCutcheon's going to keep.
Great
McCutcheon
keep.
Gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Southwestern.
Wow, there we go. Talking about that quarterback being smarter than the defense here, right? Oh, he had a guy still read him, but he made him miss. And that's just a great job by the quarterback.
McCutcheon's second touchdown. No, scratch that. Let's see that again. Oh. McCutcheon's third touchdown on the season, or on the game, excuse me. Two passing, 1 rushing. Cuevas on for the extra point, and the deficit cut back to 14, Travis, 35-21.
Just an exciting game, Bo, and it's all in the first half. You would see this score at the end of the game, would you not?
Yeah, well, not when both teams are scoring more than 40 points a game. Riverside will come back on, 5:21 remaining in the first half. That was McCutcheon. I believe that was his first rushing touchdown as well on the season.
McCutcheon took a play out of Riverside's book there. He had
a 17-yard passing touchdown to A.J. Perry. And then he had the 13-yard touchdown pass to Clint Thomas Jr. And then that 5 or 6 yard run right there. What'd you get, 5 or 6? 5, okay. 35-21, Jaguars. Safe to assume I don't think they're going to try another onside kick. I think Riverside's onto it. What do you think? You think they try it one more time? Because at some point they have to flip the script. Well, let's see. They get the ball to start the second half.
Yeah.
So they make a stop, score. I mean, even if the score stays the same, down 14, you get the ball to start the second half, I think the Jaguars are okay with that, knowing the way the game started.
Yeah, but with Riverside's offense the way it is, you don't want to give them a short field at all, ever.
5:21 remaining. Another helmet on the floor and a flag thrown late near the tackle.
What a great tackle there, too, by 33, Brady Eads.
Yeah, the captain.
Christian High School. El Cajon.
Oh, the brother of Dylan Eads. The Eads brothers doing it.
Just coming down with some force. Let's see what the flag is here. Ooh, push him back. It's usually what happens during that physical on special teams. I don't think your other teammates like to see you get hit like that, so they get a little upset. And, you know, sometimes they do something that they shouldn't, and they get your defense pushed back a little. I mean, your offense pushed back a little bit more.
That's the second special teams penalty by Riverside to knock them back inside their own 20.
Yep. Uncalled for.
5:17 remaining in the first half.
You see Riverside coming out with a
56
spread.
points scored. We're still on pace for over 100 here today. Wilson, near side. Hands in the air, knocks the ball down at the line of scrimmage.
And the D-line's still doing a great job of getting their hands up, just getting their hands in front of the quarterback. I know the quarterback's trying to get rid of that ball right now, but when you got this front four putting their hands up in your face, it's never going to be an easy completion.
Elijah Dennis with the knockdown out of Ocala, Florida. Empty set for Riverside, 2nd and 10. Wilson near side, great coverage by Chance LaChapa.
Oh.
Too good of a coverage. Let's see.
You hate to see that. I mean, the hand on the back is one thing, but I mean, he just broke on that ball way better than expected. It's just a late flag.
The coverage was almost too good, according to the official in the secondary. He broke on that too quickly. Let's see it one more time.
I think the break wasn't the problem. It was just the hand on the back. If you got the hand on the back, they're going to call it just because you're kind of holding him up a little bit.
Because you're saying he's making contact
yeah,
while going through
you can't touch him before the ball gets there. And,
yeah.
And I get it. You want to make a play, but that's where you broke so well. Get both hands out.
Yeah, stay on the
inside.
inside.
Attack the ball.
Wilson. Under pressure. Wilson. Finds his receiver at the 35. Wow, great play by Wilson, keeping that one alive. Ross Nixon the third.
Avoiding helmets and all. Look at him. Great job just getting the ball to his receiver, and the receiver going up and catching it with his hands.
Nixon, his 19th reception on the season, second best on the team, and the 11-yard reception moves the chains for Riverside. Under 5 minutes remaining here in the first half. Wilson, 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. He's going to hand it off.
Oh, good job, D lineman, getting off that block, making that tackle.
I want to say that was Elijah Dennis again, the end, number 45.
Yep, doing a great job here. That was 90.
No, that was a tackle. Was that 96?
97.
Joseph Lent. Play fake, swing pass far side. Dominic Cox, their top target, gets pushed out of bounds near the first down marker. Looks like they picked up just enough.
There's that bunch formation again to the field. You know, it's you got to keep that linebacker just understanding that when they line up like that, he's probably going to get the ball. So you better take a good angle because he's quick and he gets up the field.
So
real
you're saying
fast.
for that linebacker to spread out a little bit more.
Just bump out a little bit more. You got 3 receivers out there, and you're the hook to flat area. You got to get out there.
Jaguars bring 4. Wilson again to the flats. His running back Monroe gets pushed out of bounds, but not before getting into Southwestern territory.
And that's Dylan Eads right there. He's got to make that tackle. That's a hard tackle, though, with that type of space. Just got to run through the inside leg, push him out of bounds. Can't let him get upfield on you. Too many yards.
Clock still rolling, dipping now under 4 minutes. Wilson over the middle, has his receiver inside the 35.
Did a good job right there.
Quates.
Understanding the defense and just getting behind them. Corners bailing, playing outside leverage. It's a zone. I mean, and there's really all you can do right there is just understand as a safety that there's an incoming route and you got to read one coming right to you.
18-yard reception for Dylan Quates. Brings up a first down for Riverside. They're driving now 30 and counting. Wilson, he's going to tuck and run.
Ooh.
Oh, loose ball. They're going to say he was down.
Took a shot, man. He took a late shot here. He's coming down, and I think he was down. Hand was on the ground.
That was Thaddeus Woods who provided the lumber on that big hit.
Got to give Southwestern a little bit of credit there. They went from empty, and last time they ran that quarterback keep, he got a good amount of yards and maybe even got in the end zone. But I think they're doing a good job of understanding that quarterback when he goes to empty has the option to run.
4 down linemen for the Jaguars. They bring 4. Play fake by Wilson. Wilson far side to the wheel route. He wants the hold. Great coverage on the far side.
Oh, there's the late flag.
Joshua Ferreira on the coverage. One of the most difficult routes to cover, Travis.
And that's a ticky-tack call. Hey, there, but if he's going to call it, he's going to call it. Just got to be smart. Can't look back. Get your bump and run going, but don't look back, especially if you're going to put your hands out to grab.
One of the issues was the flag was thrown a little late. Though.
Oh, yeah.
Little late.
A little bit. I think a lot of it. But, hey, some refs decide to throw it. You know you got caught, but sometimes you just
he got
don't.
beat. He got beat on the route. There's no doubt about that. But it could have been a possible saving touchdown penalty, so we'll take it. Dominic Cox, far side. Dominic Cox, tight lines down the sideline. I thought he was going to get in. Stepped out of bounds at the first down marker. A pickup of 10 will bring up a 1st and goal.
They're starting to get to the line of scrimmage and get rid of the ball quick. I mean, they've been doing that all game, but when you're in the red zone and that's lined up, you gotta be ready for that.
Stack formation far side. They'll hand it off to Monroe. Monroe with the hole off the left side, and Monroe walks in for his 2nd touchdown of the game.
Here it comes. When you're able to get the ball that quick out, I mean, and all of a sudden now you're just not even seeing the running back with the ball. You got to make an adjustment up front.
Monroe adds 2 rushing touchdowns to his total of 4 on the season. And back and forth action, blow for blow. Here we go. Riverside averages 47 points per game. They've scored 42 here in the first half.
Wow.
It's been fun. If you're an offensive guy, this has been one fun game to watch. If you're a defensive guy, you're not watching this game anymore.
Oh, yeah. If you're a defensive coach down there, I know you're yelling at somebody, but you're still trying to figure out, what do I like as my base coverage? Because right now, they don't have a base. They're just fluctuating back and forth, and that's all credit to Kraft over there, forcing them to run different defenses because he's just spreading them out. Went empty in the start of the drive and then got down the field, and then all of a sudden now you're doing zone read, RPOs, quick screens. What do? Do you just adjust your front or do you just play man? And it seems like they're sitting in zone a little bit too much here.
2:51 remaining in the first half. Jaguars have scored on their last couple possessions. It's been down 21 early, then it's been 14-21, 14-21, and that's where we stand right here.
That was a good drive by Riverside, though. It took about, 4 minutes off the clock?
Yeah, 3 or 4 minutes. But a great opportunity for the Jaguars here. Ashby Fan brings it in at the 8. Off the right side, Ashby Fan crosses the 30. Every return so far has been to the right side for the Jaguars. Is there a reason for that? Is it just set up? Normally you would think you would go left to right, right to left to mix it up, but
I think it depends on where the ball's kicked. Most of the time it's on the hash. You want to take it up the near hash sideline. But if it's in the middle, you got a design play that you want to call. Either it's right or left. But most of the time, if it's at the hash mark, it kind of just tells you which way to go. And I think they've done a good job of kicking it that way every time. Not sure if that's the reason, but
yeah,
I think that might be it.
I know that was not an easy one to answer. There's a lot of variables that go into something like that, but it's something I've recognized. McCutcheon near side. Josiah Jefferson, his 2nd reception of the game, crosses the 35. Nice pickup of 8. McCutcheon throws a nice ball, Travis. Spins it good.
Got a late flag here when they're getting above the floor. Not sure what happened, but oh man, that's It's never good when you got 8 yards and all of a sudden the flag comes out before you can get lined up.
Let's see if we can. Yeah, we got to it too late.
That's unfortunate there.
Clock stops at 2:33. So you pick up a gain of 8 and then.
We talk about that discipline factor.
Yeah, I was
though.
just going to say, Travis, every time it seems like that 1 or 2 plays that just slows them up or keeps them from gaining some ground. To open up a drive, to bring up a 2nd and short, getting up on the ball, 2:30 and counting, defense on their heels, and then to respond that with a unsportsmanlike penalty. Just those little things, those little differences that make a big difference in the end.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about, the allowing the penalties to control the momentum, right? That's one thing that you can't let get out of control, because a lot of times, yeah, you're going to go down, but it's how you come back from that. And if you allow the penalties to make their way into that, you're going to have a tough time. You're digging yourself a deeper hole. And he's doing a great job of the Jaguars are doing a great job of just, scoring and getting back. But it's just the little things, like you said, the discipline when it comes to not getting the flag or not allowing your emotions to get the best of you in a little bit of times that can push you back when you're moving forward.
After the penalty, we'll bring up a 2nd and 17. Jaguars need to get to the 40. McCutcheon is hit. McCutcheon is twirled down in the backfield for a sack.
45.
Damian Ortiz, his first sack of the day. I want to say that's first time McCutcheon's been brought down in the backfield for a sack.
In the backfield, yeah, I'd have to say. And then they did a good job, too, of just only bringing, I think it was only three or 4. But, yeah, they brought 3. I think 1 dropped. And he just got inside of both guys, man. The running back stepped up to help out, and he wasn't really a factor in that blocking scheme right there. You got to do a little bit better than that to help your quarterback out, because, I mean, it's 2nd and long, and you're really looking for routes to develop. But if you don't have any time in the backfield, you're never going to have time to see him.
After the sack, we'll bring up a 3rd and longer, 2:22 remaining in the half. Riverside called the timeout to stop the clock, knowing that there's a good chance they can get it back with the stop here. Ball is going to be at the Jaguar 18. They need to get to the 40.
That was a great decision.
They're going to add 4 seconds onto the clock. 2:26.
That's Coach Kraft there pulling out those 3 timeouts. You got to use them sometime, right, Bo?
I want to say the scoreboard's not working. I want to say Riverside has 1 more timeout.
Really?
I want to say they called 2. Southwestern called 1. Or did Southwestern call 1? Yeah. Yeah, okay, so Riverside does have 1 remaining. So in this situation, clock says 15. So they're gonna change the clock. In this situation, knowing that Riverside only has 1 timeout remaining, do you run a play? No.
Okay.
Yeah, we're good. 2:26. Back here. Devore Stadium, Jaguars. Currently 4th in California, taking on number 15 Riverside. Flag thrown at the snap, and McCutcheon goes down again. Only bringing 4. Riverside gets to McCutcheon on back-to-back plays.
Yeah, those are tough plays. Tough plays for the quarterback to deal with there. It's like, are you getting a deep enough drop? Understanding.
So that flag that was thrown at the snap, offsides by Riverside, so it'll give them Jaguars another down. The way McCutcheon's taking a beating right now here at the end of the first half, either a handoff or you love to see him get the ball out of his hands quickly. Back-to-back sacks taken by McCutcheon. They're going to need him for the second half. the way Riverside's putting up points. Two receivers to the left, two to the right for McCutcheon. McCutcheon, pressure up the middle. And McCutcheon goes down to the ground for the third straight play, Travis.
They're just doing a good job of getting some pressure. They only brought 3 here, brought a delayed blitz, actually. And they didn't really need them to even make that play. They had the D lineman in the backfield already bringing him down. Unfortunate for him, he's hitting the ground 3 plays in a row because he's done such a good job of delivering the ball. But when you get that penalty that puts you all the way back and it forces you to just realize that now you got to go into your playbook and look for those third and long conversions. It's hard on that front line.
Nice booming kick to Connor. Brings it in at the 45.
Oh.
Great special teams coverage by Southwestern. Joshua Ferreira on the tackle for no gain.
And that's a starting defensive safety there, just making plays. Love to
Flying
see that.
Downfield.
Love to see that.
Might have actually lost one right there. Caught at the 45, got tackled at the 44.
And it's unfortunate that, that they got pushed back and had to punt the ball, and now they flipped the field on them a little bit because with 1:58 seconds and a timeout, it doesn't seem too far away for Riverside to get near the end zone.
Yeah, those 2 plays that really come to mind, the onside kick that was successful but failed because of the offsides by Southwestern. That resulted in a Riverside touchdown when Southwestern could have got the ball. And then that reception right there by Josiah Jefferson turning into that penalty, pushing them back. Those are like the 2 big plays. And sometimes it's just those one. Obviously, we're looking at a 21-point differential right now, so it's tough to say, just 1 or 2 plays. But, in this situation, I think that's the case.
Yeah, it takes a toll on you, too, when you start to get a little frustrated and you start to get to understand that, like, every second counts, right? And if you're pushing yourself back with those penalties, you start to run out of time, and you don't really have control of the clock anymore. That's the one thing they got to realize is the clock is not on their side, so they're going to have to really buckle down the second half and finish out this first half strong.
Yeah, they're going to need to make a big stop right here. Riverside has scored on all of their offensive possessions except for one that resulted in a turnover. Interception by Nico Ta'a. Riverside averaging 47 points per game. They have 42 with 1:58 remaining here in the first half.
Let's see what Kraft has dialed up for this 2-minute offense.
Brian Wilson, 3 touchdowns. And Wilson tucks. He runs, gets into Southwestern territory, and runs out of bounds for another nice gain.
We talked about this empty formation, right, with that quarterback draw. This time, he found a lane.
Wilson, 17-yard run. Clock stops, so there's no need for them to rush up to the line of scrimmage, but they're going to do so, try to catch Southwestern off guard. Southwestern does a good job getting back in formation. Swing pass near side. That's their top running back, Kavion Sibley, in the open space. Jaguars do a good job bringing him down for a modest gain.
Even better play design, too. You let the D-line get through, and then you got 2 bigs out there, delaying and blocking out there. It's kind of hard.
Jeremiah Jones on the tackle. Jones is going to need another tackle. Stiff-armed at the 32. And then the running back, Sibley, twirled down inside the 25, but not before another big first down run.
It's a tough tackle right there. Come down from the safety position, get your hands on his shoulder pad. You bring him down any way you can at that point.
Yeah, Dylan Eads on the tackle.
Got to give credit, though, to Kraft right there to hand that ball off because, I'm pretty sure they were thinking another quick pass to the sideline, and you're able to get that running back one-on-one with one backer. He's got to make that tackle. Gets him a first down.
Clock will roll at 1:20. Ball at the 24 of Southwestern. We have a Yeah, the referee was asking for that one. All right, clock rolling. 1:23 and counting. Wilson looks towards the end zone.
Oh.
Check it down. And that's a classic case of a receiver doing too much before the ball gets there.
Yeah, I think the quarterback had a little bit of time, too, to make a decision. He just kind of forced it. I don't even think the check down was ready to get checked down to.
That was Sibi out of the backfield. Dominic Cox, their top receiver, slot receiver at the bottom of the screen. I don't know what happened there. Wilson glitched, tucks, and runs and slides near the first down marker.
Oh, late.
If that was a Madden game, somebody would have cried glitch right there. That was a Matrix.
Yeah, I think the
glitch.
running back kind of hit his face mask, and
he did.
it forced him
He
to
faked
blink.
it twice right there.
And then once you blink and you're in the backfield with the football, yeah, I could call that a glitch as a quarterback. Don't really like blinking.
He faked the RPO. Running back got by him, and then he faked the RPO again and decided to tuck and run. That was the first. And it was an 11-yard run. Great job by Wilson. What do we know? He's been killing it the first half.
Again, an undisciplined play here with another
look what
flag.
that creates, right?
Yeah.
Wilson has been great here in the first half.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
I think that's an understatement, the way Wilson has been playing.
He's been-
Backup quarterback.
He's been a commander of this offense for sure. And Kraft, you can tell he's put a lot of effort into that play calling with him, is knowing what he can and can't do.
Sibi inside the 5. Wilson on the season before coming into this game was completing just under 70% of his passes. A lot of high percentage throws, obviously, but the legs of Wilson has been a big impact for him. Sibi inside. Hit at the line of scrimmage by Frankie Almeida and pushed backwards. They're saying the ball's loose. Jaguars saying they got it.
I don't know. The whistle, it seemed like the whistle was blown. There's a lot of back and forth with that. He was wrapped up for a while.
So they are calling it a fumble. Let's try to see it one more time. When Sibi was knocked backwards, he went to the floor with no ball in his hands. It looks like Frankie Almeida. Frankie Almeida, who initiated that contact, looked like he ripped the ball out with Jeremiah Jones tackling the running back backwards.
That's just great gang tackling there, knowing that he's wrapped up and just
Huge
going for the ball.
stop for the Jaguars right there.
Yeah, great momentum shift. I mean, it's 38 seconds left. Like we said, you got to finish strong, and that's a great job for that defense to actually just stick it to the running back. They're trying to pound it in there, and they're able to get the ball out on the 4 or 5 yard line. That's just aggression and willingness not to quit. Right? I hate to say, but they're bending, but they're not breaking.
Jaguars' second turnover in that first half. Tigers had an insane 8 possessions in that first half, scoring on 6 of them for touchdowns. Riverside uses their last timeout. It's always interesting when coaches do that.
Well,
I'm just going to kneel it again.
It's interesting, though, when you're kneeling in shotgun and you're on the 4 yard line.
Okay, so that's why they called that.
Well, either
Timeout.
way, he's going to use his timeouts. But yeah, I mean, you're going to make him take another step back, or he's going to have to go forward eventually. Because I mean, there's 36 seconds, and
in this situation, you're looking more at a QB sneak. But it's interesting because McCutcheon has been in shotgun all game.
Yeah.
So to go from shotgun now to under snap with your heels on your own goal line, I think that's where the decision needs to be made, whether we stay in shotgun where he's comfortable or put him under snap.
Yeah, well, I mean, when you're taking a knee and you're on the 4 yard line in shotgun 2 yards back is really not the smartest decision, because now
2 yards back now it's going to be 2 points for the other
you
side.
do it again, I think you're in the end zone. So they don't really have a decision.
Yeah, McCutcheon's just going to go under snap.
And they're going to have to get out of here because you can't take a knee right now. And the hard thing about that is now you force your quarterback
that's
to
the
take
last
a
play.
hit.
Yeah, well, what you're saying, right?
Yeah.
Because going 2 yards back.
Yeah. Now you have to go forward and, hey, what can you say, right?
Well, that's going to end exciting first half action here at Devore Stadium on the Cali Photo Sports Network. It's Jaguars trailing 42-21. What are your first half thoughts, Travis, before we head into the break?
Well, I'm really curious on what the conversation is going to be with the DC and the defense. Are they going to sit down and talk about what they're doing well or what they need to work on? Because there's a lot that they could say going to the drawing board, but I think it's really just, understanding the formations and understanding the personnel and knowing who's outside the numbers and when they're going to get them the ball, because they've done a good job of stopping the run slightly once they decided to buckle down in the red zone. But it's just getting them to stop the quick passes to the sideline, because that's just been forcing them to spread their defense out, and it's been tough for them to stop the run once that's been
and
happening.
It's been an extension of their run. Riverside 42, Southwestern 21. We head into halftime here at Devore Stadium. Be back in about 12 or 13 minutes here on the Cali Photo Sports Network.
came and just sat here and got in the way. I calmly moved. We're not doing the same shit again. That's why we upset. Every time we get mad, when y'all do the shit first, and we defend ourselves, y'all get scared. Don't play the fucking victim now. Don't play the fucking victim now. Don't play the victim. Hey, back up. Hey, back up. Back up. Hey, sit down. Sit down.
Who you are?
Sit down.
Back ass down.
Sit down.
Trying to talk nice to yourself.
But the point is that y'all, when somebody responds back to y'all want to be.
We're angry. Nobody said you were angry. You're overreacting. Like, everybody got their point. You think we'll scoot over. The fact is, y'all never said it. Y'all never said it. Like that, guys. You know what I'm saying? That's it. We were a little bit late. All right, Joe. Yeah, leave it. Everybody got the point of force. Everybody got the point of force. You're not worth $1. You're the one who got no manners, girl. God bless you. Have a good day, girl. God bless you, girl. Everybody got their point of force. I ain't never seen nobody so scared like that. Well, you keep going, keep going. I mean, y'all like that our last. This guy right here, we asked him. We asked him.
That's my son, no doubt. But guess who raised him? We did. He got common sense though. Y'all like sat in my damn lap, like disrespectful. And what you think how we gonna respond? We was minding our own business, watching the game. Y'all came up here bothering us first. I'm gonna defend myself. Somebody you don't know. You have no idea who the fuck you fucking with. And at all. You have no idea. You have none.
You have no idea who I am.
No, before I fucking kill somebody.
Whoa. Bro, you drop that, you're out. You're gone.
I was very polite to you, you know that. You know that.
Hey y'all, we got kids down here. They like chill some.
Thank you.
Just a little. No,
But
you
you threatened me
too.
talking about to go back to
Everybody.
prison? That's the same thing. That means the exact same thing. Don't you ever threaten me. Ever. I will defend myself. Don't you ever threaten me. She threatened me first.
I got it all on video.
And you heard it.
We got it on video.
I know that's your family though.
We got it all on video.
She's talking about shooting now. You hear it? You hear it? You heard it out of her mouth, right? I have a right to defend myself. You threatened me with a gun? You threatened me with a gun? She's talking about shooting and stuff. She's talking about shooting somebody.
She said she wants to go back to prison.
No, she's talking about go back. I ain't doing that.
Because you're the black man, you're supposed to kill first.
No.
That's the whole crowd right here. That's the whole crowd. All of us. No, make sure that
Back with you, second half action here on the Cali Photo Sports Network. Devore Stadium, Riverside 42, Southwestern 21. Bo Furtick, Travis Crawford. Riverside averaging 47, almost getting that in the first half, Travis.
Man, they've been a bombshell at the gate, big plays, you know, and just hitting on all aspects of the game. You know, being smarter when it comes to getting the ball out, you know, running when they need to run, keeping the quarterback, keeping the ball when he needs to keep it. Also playing some good defense, you know, just being smarter when it comes to penalties. They got a couple on special teams that pushed them back, but I think they won the penalty battle the first half in comparison to Southwestern.
You mentioned the running of Wilson, 8-yard touchdown run to start the scoring, and then the big plays, the big playability of both Sibi and Monroe. The running backs, Sibi scored from 67 yards out on a screen, and then Monroe took it 68 yards to the house through the ground. A.J. Perry scored Southwestern's first touchdown from 17 yards out to bring it within 21-7. Then a Hector Garcia 25-yard touchdown reception extended the lead for Riverside back to 28-7. Then it was CTJ on the 13-yard touchdown to bring it back within 14. Then Wilson again, 5-yard touchdown run, 35-14. McCutcheon used his legs on a 5-yard touchdown run, 35-21. And then it was Monroe again, his second of the game to go up 42-21. Riverside, 44 plays, 458 yards in that first half, 21 rushes for 230. And Wilson, efficient and effective, 20 for 23 for 228.
Yeah, I think it takes some teams almost 3 games to get those numbers, Bo, and they put that up in the first half. I mean, you can't be much happier than that.
And those stats provided by our GOAT Stats. Andrew, thank you once again, man. It makes life much easier up here at the top, and it really does put things in perspective. We knew Riverside put up a lot of yards, but I didn't imagine 458. I don't know what that really looks like in the first half, but that's what it looks like, obviously. 8 offensive possessions. I don't think I've seen that recently either in one half.
Yeah, well, when both teams are throwing the ball that consistently and stopping the clock, as you said, the first quarter was just longer than I don't think I've been a part of before. And when you get that many points and you're getting the ball down the field on big plays, you're going to get that many opportunities. So we'll see how this second half goes. Looking for Southwestern to expand a little bit more on their offensive side, but we'll see.
35 points scored in the first quarter, 28 points scored in the second. Ashby Fan crosses the 20. Southwestern in that first half, 41 plays for 214 yards. Only 13 rushes for 18 yards. They've been so effective on the ground. Riverside doing a good job slowing them down. And McCutcheon, not too bad, 18 of 28 for 196. I mean, he's on pace for 400 passing yards, Travis.
Yeah, I know. He's doing a good job getting rid of the ball. It's just when you get pushed back with those penalties, it's tough to get those big plays. If they can be consistent and a little bit more disciplined this second half, I'd love to see how their offense turns around.
McCutcheon had 2 passing touchdowns, one to Clint Thomas Jr. and the other one to A.J. Perry. Also had a rushing score. Blocker runs into his blockers and the defensive front of Riverside. Once again, not a lot of running room. This is their 14th attempt now for 18 rushing yards.
And they're doing a great job of just stopping the run with the front 3 and just holding that front line from getting to the secondary. I mean, the secondary is really coming in untouched and making the play.
That's Micah Valenzuela. It says he's from Lincoln High School. I don't think there's a Lincoln High School in Tacoma, California. There was a really good linebacker at Lincoln, Micah Valenzuela. I would be surprised if that's not him. Once again, that comeback route. Klein glows to the ground, but unable to bring it in for the clean reception. Bringing up a 3rd and 9. They ran that combo route before, right?
Yep.
Flats and combined that with a corner on the other side.
Yeah, it looked good. It looked open. I mean, quarterbacks got to deliver a little bit better ball.
It was the same exact throw on that same. Remember, it was Klein that last time had to go down to the ground to pick it up for the reception, but I'll be surprised if they don't go back to that play. 3rd and 9. McCutcheon looks over the middle, throws it behind Jefferson, and that ball's intercepted by Riverside. A caravan of blockers in front, inside the 10. Late flag thrown. Wow. And the first turnover for Riverside on defense, putting them in great scoring position.
It's just a tough throw. You're waiting a little bit too long. He's crossed all the way across. Now you're throwing it behind him, and That's just a great catch by a big linebacker there.
That was number 56, Caden Ariano on the INT. After the return, or during the return, holding, it will still give Riverside great field position after that turnover, Travis.
Yeah, but going back to that interception, I mean, the ball surprised him just as much as he surprised himself being able to catch that the second time. The ball popped up out of his hands, and he just reached around and grabbed it with his one hand and turned around and found the sideline. I mean, when you play football long enough, sometimes the football gods give you a gift, and if you take advantage of it and you get down the sideline, hopefully you get in the end zone. But he got close enough.
Now, onto the field. First time here in the second half, Wilson now 21 of 24 for, I was going to say 235, make it 236,
Wow.
237, 238. I'm counting his passing yards. Look at that push by the offensive line. You love to see offensive line making out to the far side of the field, keeping that play alive.
Well, I mean, you turn a 5-yard hitch into a 12-yard gain. You can't ask for much for more than that.
Double formation ball at the 18. Wilson, play fakes. Wilson to the end zone, and the wide receiver on the far side. Good coverage, blanketed the receiver.
I think he got a little. I think he tackled him before the ball got there, bro.
Oh, not that one. They're going to call pass interference to see if we could see it. Yeah, just. Was it just not having your feet under you?
I think it's more of leverage. He got inside of him, and he was trying not to allow him to get inside. And by that time, he was already falling over him. And
yeah,
you know, when you're understanding where the alignment is of the receiver, and you line up with him, and you line up outside when he's outside the numbers, it's gonna be a tough time trying to take away that inside leverage.
Wilson will hand it off to his running back. We have a whistle after the snap, which you rarely see.
Well, I don't think the quarterback allowed the refs to get the whistle to start the play is what happened.
Sibley in that first half had a 67-yard touchdown reception. They're going to replay the down. Sibley leads the team with over 700 rushing yards and 7 rushing touchdowns on the season. He's been one of the more impressive backs we've seen this season, Travis.
He's just done a great job of just making guys miss in the hole.
Sibley tries to bounce it, twirls off a defender for a short gain. Let's take a look at it.
As you can see here, the formation allows him to just have lanes, and he's just making the right decision. That time, Jaguars did a great job of getting in the backfield and getting a hold of him.
Joshua Clayton, first one to the ball.
Yeah, he's broken a lot of tackles this game, but I mean, when the passing game's that efficient, it's easier for him to just find lanes and go.
Wilson's 21 of 24. He's going to run it off the right side, picks up a block inside the 5. Wilson with his 4th touchdown of the night.
Yeah, don't forget about this guy here now. He's a keeper, especially when he sees that defensive end coming in. He's going to get outside and make a play, and he's going to make you pay.
And he made him pay with his 3rd rushing touchdown of the game. 3 rushing, 1 passing. Wilson is putting on a great performance here today. And that was a designed play, right?
Yep. He read it. He read it right.
Oh. Extra point is up and good. And Riverside right at their average of 47. Eclipsing that with 49 with the 4th touchdown of Wilson.
As we expected Kraft to come out, run the ball a little bit more. I mean, they are ahead and want to control the clock this second half. So don't be surprised if we see them hand the ball off a couple more times next time they get the ball.
Not what you wanted for Southwestern, right? Coming out the gates in the second half, down 21, needing to score, make a couple stops, and for that turnover to lead into points for Riverside, it's just about. You don't want to say the game's over yet, but all the momentum is on Riverside's side right now. Southwestern just doesn't have much of an answer for that offense.
It's just tough, man. When you come out in the second half, I would love to see a little bit more spread, open up the gates. You're trying to hand it off and get the run game still established, but you got to understand, the situation is you need to get on the board, and let's see how they do the second series.
Well, let's see if they can get something going through special teams. Ashby Fan sidesteps a defender, crosses the 35, close to the 40. Nice 38-yard return for number 2.
Well, that hasn't been a problem all game. He was bound to get a little bit more, but he's been consistent. He's been hitting 30 plus every time. So, I mean, that's not the problem here. Now it's just keeping a little bit of that momentum going forward into this next play and allowing each play to be a big factor.
Second offensive possession for the Jaguars here in the second half. 3 minutes into the third quarter. Caleb Blocker back in as the single back. Josiah Jefferson in as the right wing back. So I said that 5 times. McCutcheon falling backwards. Hits his receiver, Tyler Becker, for a short gain. We've seen a lot of throws here today, Travis, where McCutcheon is falling back away from the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, he's fading. He's fading from the throws, which it makes it seem like it's a longer throw than it really is. And so you gain 2 yards, but you're backing up.
It's like a 15-yard throw.
It's
right
almost
there.
like, you're throwing a 15-yard throw, but you're only gaining 2 yards. Love to see him get outside the pocket more. Maybe coach decide to run a couple different plays where he's sprinting out a little bit more. I know they stopped him on a couple of those earlier in the game, but we'd love to see him go back to that.
Yeah, Riverside had a great response for McCutcheon. We mentioned him making that adjustment, hitting Clint Thomas Jr. for that touchdown. McCutcheon rolls right.
There we go.
Clint Thomas Jr. The ball goes right through his arms.
Tough.
Would have been a first down for 84.
It's
Incomplete pass brings up a 3rd and 8.
Good to see McCutcheon on the run, though. Like we were saying, get him outside the pocket a little bit. They're still
Yeah, he
bringing
looked
some
good right
pressure. I mean, that's a good job by the quarterback coming back to him. The quarterback, the receiver coming back to his quarterback. But you gotta understand now. You gotta get the ball to your guys down the field. But if you're getting pressure up the middle with 3 guys, you might want to move around outside the pocket a little bit more.
Moises Laguna checks back in at middle linebacker. He's next to Micah Valenzuela. Riverside is only going to bring 3. McCutcheon has a wide open receiver at the 30. That's Nick Klein, and he's going to go 30 more yards for the touchdown.
Nice job here. Just crossed up the DBs. People are looking at the running back going out there. I know they did a play fake, and he leaked out into the flats, and then it's got behind the secondary there. Just what a good job. Quarterback seeing it, being patient, delivering a catchable pass, not throwing it over his head or throwing it too short.
Was it blown coverage right here, huh?
Yeah, the running back leaked out and kind of caught almost all of them. I don't know why. They all just decided to come down a little bit. When you come down as secondary, you're bound to get beat.
Nick Klein with the 59-yard touchdown. Back and forth action here. Clock 11:56 still remaining in the third quarter. After the 59-yard touchdown.
A lot of time left. Still 21-point deficit, but still a lot of time in this game.
Jaguars going to need a turnover. Get back into this one.
Quick 3 and out could help too.
Yeah.
Pretty sure they're looking for that onside here, though. I can tell the front line of Riverside's return team is
Expecting something
is
funky.
keeping their eyes peeled for sure. One thing we always used to say, Bo, is don't leave till the ball's kicked, right? And I'm pretty sure that's in the back of their heads right now.
McCutcheon now has 3 passing touchdowns on the day, 1 rushing. It's been an impressive performance by him. Jacob Cuevas kicks it to the 6. Connor, scratch that. That's our other star player on return. Donovan Ferguson gets it up to the 35. And late whistles, Travis. They're really letting these guys play on.
Yeah, it's been a lot of I guess, letting the pile move a little bit too long, and I think that's where a lot of the extracurriculars start to happen is when you let the extra blockers decide to go block somebody else.
But when you know that as an official, when
Yeah.
you know the game is getting electric, you have to take control of the game, and that's where you don't allow those plays to extend right there.
Yeah, exactly.
Because that's where the extra elbows, the fingers, and eye, those are the split seconds. That's all it takes
Oh,
for
yeah.
something like that to happen.
Someone gets tossed a little bit too further than they expected, right?
We have a ball on the field near side. This is the second offensive possession for the Riverside Tigers. Wilson with his 4th touchdown on their opening possession in the second half, capping it with a touchdown run. Each quarterback's with 4 touchdowns, Travis.
Wow.
Wilson, play fakes. Great defense by Ferreira, not biting on that pump.
Great
Let's
job.
see if we could get that secondary look from the outside. Oh, and they're going to say he held?
It's a late flag,
He
but
made
I don't know.
contact. They're going to say he made contact on that double move.
I mean, you don't get in trouble when you make contact. It's more of when you're running down the field and you're continuously putting hands on him when the ball's in the air.
Take a look at the top of the screen right here. They're going to call the slot receiver makes the double move. He just gets hands on him.
It's just right there. You got to get your hands off him. When the ball's in the air and you're still touching him, they're going to call it. It was a late call. I mean, I thought it was good coverage initially, but down the field, it gets a little too risky to keep putting your hands on him when the ball's not even, in play yet.
Defensive pass interference gets it to midfield. Oh, the nice touch inside the 30 to his top receiver, Dominic Cox. Wilson with the beautiful ball hits Cox in stride, and Riverside back into scoring territory.
Yeah, and that time the safety that just got hands on the slot receiver was looking in the backfield and he lost leverage on him, and that's where he kind of just let him get a little bit separation and created that enough just to catch the ball.
38-yard reception, gets the ball to the 12. That's Eads blowing that play up in the backfield.
Good job here. Not
Brady
taking that
Eads
fake.
out of Christian.
Well, I mean, that's the middle backer. That's his job, right? He doesn't have to worry about the quarterback. Make that play.
Good job by the defensive front opening up that hole for Eads. Working downhill.
Yep.
Sibley in motion. Near side. Wilson at the 10. That one in and out of the hands of his intended receiver. Jaguars right there to make the tackle. Combination of Eads and Ferreira.
Yeah, I thought we had a little bit of false start here with the receiver, but I guess they got away with that one.
This almost feels like a Madden game, right? Make a couple stops and like you're right back in it.
Well,
Just big play after big play, score after score.
Just going to say that big plays make a big difference. Doesn't run too much time off the clock, but hey, you never know.
First time we've seen this stack formation on both sides of the ball for Riverside. They're going to hand the ball off on a 3rd and long. I think they like their field position, and on a 3rd and long, they're going to bring on the field goal team after a short gain.
Yeah, I think they were just trying to get him set up in the middle of the field there with that run play. They had it on the
you
right
think
hash.
They're just figuring it's a low percentage to make that 3rd and long. They're just going to stick with the easy call and conservative play and bring on the field goal unit.
Yeah, I mean, get the points, right? You don't want to take a shot or force a ball where you don't want to force it and take a chance, the quarterback fumbling it, running back fumbling, anything like that.
Timothy Tynan knocks it through.
Gets rid of that 21-point deficit now, right?
Well,
Makes it
it still keeps it 3 possessions, right? But now you got to score 3 touchdowns and 3 two-point conversions.
yeah, forces you to think about it a little bit more. But either way, you got to get in the end zone if you're a Jaguar here.
Small victory for the Jaguar defense, but also a small victory for the Tigers because they came away with points.
Came away with points is what you really can ask for now that you're up. And I mean, you would expect them to run the ball a little bit more, but hey, if they're getting down the field with passing the ball, don't stop, especially if it's working. I really think I really think Kraft is doing his due diligence here, understanding the situation and not forcing anything, especially in that like field position. Take the points, right?
Yeah.
And your defense is doing a great job. Why not keep them on the field and let them do their work?
Ashby Pham, I'm assuming he's going to bring it right. Brings it inside the 5. And I think at this point, Ashby Pham breaks through a couple tackles, crosses the 35. Late flag thrown. 2 late flags thrown. How did Ashby Pham get out of that? Oh, caught it too late.
He did a great job of just not going down. I mean, they came and blew up the return. Like you said, it's been returned right the whole game. So I think everybody went to the kickoff team went left and they cut it off, but they all over pursued. Once he missed that one tackle, I think he just saw daylight. But luckily the kicker came in and threw a little shoulder in there and made a good hit on the sideline.
A little forearm shiver.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, he actually wrapped him up. I ain't gonna lie. He looked like a form tackler right there. But
little Pat McAfee.
I think it's a little bit, you know. But I think the thing is the Southwestern got a little handsy and the kickoff return
we mentioned
team.
What they've had 7 or 8 scores, so 7 or 8 kickoffs. All of them have been to the right.
Yeah.
You know, eventually RCC is just going to go kick off left and just pound that left side of the field.
Yeah.
And that's what happened. Jaguars were overwhelmed by the amount of guys, and they got called for the holding call. Nice run by Blocker on first down, brings up a 2nd and short.
Yeah, very well needed run there. I mean, you don't expect them to run it like that, but hey, if you can get 8 yards.
Yeah, they have to keep McCutcheon clean, too. He got hit towards the tail end of that first half. Blocker with the lane, crosses the 40, gets in the secondary. One man to beat. 30, 20, high steps the defender. 10, 5, touchdown, Caleb Blocker. The 71-yard touchdown run, and Jaguars back in it.
Wow. What a great job. Just seeing the lane and going. A run to the boundary, right, Bo? Is that to the boundary still?
Yep.
I think so. I mean, they caught that defense where they found the hole before. Single receiver, pressed up, playing man. You don't really have much help over there because you got a 3-man front and outside backers on the other side to the field. So it's just a one-man miss and you're to the house, but he had to outrun him, and he did that right there at the end.
Blocker, his 7th rushing touchdown on the season.
Well done.
And Jaguars with Cuevas' extra point down 17. Still a lot of game time left, Travis. 9:15 still remaining in the third quarter.
Hey, and you can't count it out, right? You never know. When you got big plays like that going back and forth, you gotta you gotta pray to the gods to make sure that you can finish strong on both ends, because these guys have given a lot of effort in the first half. You gotta wonder if they're starting to wear down a little bit. These quarters get a little longer.
It's been a long game.
These quarters get a little bit longer when you're throwing the ball. Luckily, they ran on 2 plays right there and got a touchdown. Didn't have to throw it.
This game kicked off at 2 p.m. We're at 4:10 right now, so a little over 2 hours. Still 9 minutes remaining in the third quarter. And we were talking about cracking 100. We're currently at 87. I think we're going to crack that mark here today. Going to get in the triple digits combined. If you had plans, make sure you delay them because there's still a lot of game time left. Cuevas on the kick.
Yeah, if you have football plans, you're in the right spot.
Ferguson and Connor back to return. Cuevas going to keep this one in. Oh, it just gets inside. You got to pick it up.
Nah.
Oh, no? I thought that ball... That ball's alive.
Not when it touches the end zone.
Oh, it's automatically dead?
Yeah.
Okay.
When it touches the end zone, you have to call it touchback.
Even at the college level. I thought that was just high school. Okay.
No.
Because in the NFL, if you leave the ball in the end zone...
No, that's different.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Great kick by Cuevas. I mean, that was close from either getting it at the 40 or getting it at the 25. Riverside offense back onto the field. After scoring on their 2 offensive possessions here in the second half, a Wilson touchdown run, his 4th touchdown on the night, and then a Tynan field goal to go up 24. Wilson using his legs again on the RPO, has a lane, picks up a first down and more.
There are the yellow flags coming in.
on the outside, possibly a hold.
2 flags came in.
Nico Ta'a and Jacob Sersansi were in the vicinity. Wilson had to get to the edge and got to the edge because of a holding call. So they're going to say the penalty occurred 5 yards downfield, but that negates a big run by Wilson. So it'll bring up a 1st and 15 now with the ball at the 20. Wilson will hand it off to his running back. Sibley breaks the tackle, gets into the secondary, high steps a defender, has one player to beat, the 20, 10, 5, touchdown Riverside. Wow. Kavion Sibley with the 80-yard touchdown run.
And all you can see is dust. I mean, he made that one guy miss we were talking about, and he just found the middle of the field, and just now everybody's chasing him at that point. What a
Sibley
great job.
had a 67-yard touchdown reception, and now he's going to add an 80-yard touchdown run to his resume here tonight.
Puts him over 300, I would assume.
Yeah, combined yards. Definitely. Well, they had Riverside with the combination of Sibley and Monroe had 21 rushes for 230 in that first half.
Yeah. Wow.
Just that run alone, they cracked the 300-yard mark, and they've had a couple nice runs in this third quarter as well.
Wow.
317 rushing yards. Thank you, Andrew. On the ground.
Yeah.
They had 228 through the air in that first half, so that puts them over 500 total yards. Sibley, his second touchdown of the day.
This is what you call football, Bo.
Yeah.
You talk about Madden. Hey, it happens, right? One guy misses a tackle, and they're just running down the field on you.
59-35. Riverside up by 24. Ashby fan, kickoff right, crosses the 20. And that's where the Jaguars will start their next offensive possession here with 8:46 remaining in the third.
Been some physical play here, though, on special teams. I mean, with all the scoring going back and forth, I know these guys know each other's numbers and names by heart now. They know who they got because you can see them all at the end of every play on their backs or on the other side, helmet flying, something like that. So it's getting to that point now. You got to be careful. You're not too
overly aggressive.
Too aggressive. Yeah, you get to the point where you start to get personal.
Yeah, one more touchdown will crack 100. Near side, McCutcheon. Ooh, nice back shoulder pass and grab to Clint Thomas Jr.
That is just back shoulder definition right here. Step throw, keep your feet in bounds.
16-yard reception to Thomas Jr. for a first down.
And, I mean, I'm surprised after the first half of them throwing that, touchdown to him, they haven't gone back to him too much. I'm starting to realize that might be the game plan here.
3 receivers to the left of McCutcheon. McCutcheon's going to go far side. Hits Nick Klein at the 45. Gets upfield for another 4 or 5. And a gain of 9 through the air to Klein.
Good job getting it out right now, letting him run. Caught him in the zone. Got almost first down, 9 yards.
Second and 1. 7:50 and counting here in the third quarter at Devore Stadium. Tigers 59, Jaguars 35. No, folks, that is not a misprint, and it is still the third quarter.
Ooh,
Ashby fan with the lane, sidesteps a defender inside the 35.
Wow.
Ashby fan with the 18-yard run down to the 32.
What a square cut here. That guy will make you stop on a dime and run into your own player. Look at that. Great job, running back.
19-yard run by Ashby Fan, his best of the day. Gets the ball to the 31. 3 receivers to the far side of the field. That's to the right of McCutcheon. McCutcheon with 4 touchdowns here today. 3 passing, 1 rushing. Josiah Jefferson makes that first defender miss inside the 20. And another nice 14-yard pickup through the air for Southwestern.
Oh, we got a penalty flag.
A legal man downfield.
Oh, man. That's tough.
Was that on an RPO?
Yeah.
Let's see if we could.
69.
Yeah, the left guard. That's just a situation where there's nobody to block. Your momentum is going to take you forward past the defensive line.
Yeah.
That's one of the calls I wish they would change in football, especially with the RPO. But if you're a defensive player like yourself, those are the calls that are necessary so the RPO isn't even more effective, right?
Yeah, I mean, when you got linemen down the field and they're trying to block you, I mean, you can't have the best of both worlds here, right? You got to pick one. Either you hand it off or not. And if your lineman's down the field, are you handing it off? No, because you're throwing it. So got to distinguish what you're doing.
McCutcheon looks near side.
Got him,
has his
one-on-one.
Ashby Fan in the flats.
Great job rallying to the ball, man. Seemed like the crowd's yelling for a face mask, but I don't know if it's the shadow or what, but I think the ref missed one right there.
That was Jamar Scott and Micah Valenzuela on the combo tackle on Ashby Fan. And the Southwestern fan base giving it to the referees here. We're just looking to get out of this game right now. We've been here way too long. Coming up on the halfway mark here in the third quarter. 3 receivers on the far side of the field. McCutcheon over the middle. Had Clint Thomas Jr. It's not where you want to be catching the ball if you're a wide receiver.
Yeah, well, I mean, he did a good job getting in inside that cornerback's leverage there. Just got to finish. I think he had kind of a little eye on number
arms.
1. Yeah, an eye on number 1 coming across his face before he could catch that.
Micah Valenzuela has made a couple big hits over the middle so far today, and that definitely impacted the decision-making of Clint Thomas Jr.
We got another one-on-one down here again. Love to see you run the fade on him.
Press. McCutcheon. They're bringing the house one-on-one on the outside. McCutcheon to the end zone.
Oh, my God.
Clint Thomas Jr. falling to the ground. Touchdown Southwestern, but a flag.
It's negated. And it's on. It looks like the number 65 possibly. Oh, man, it's just heartbreaking.
And Clint Thomas Jr. is down as well.
You see such great effort like that.
Hands to the face.
It's called back. Hands to the face.
And you have multiple linemen by Southwestern putting their arms out, as in, who was it on? Yeah, we can't go that far back either in our instant replay. Yeah. And Rodriguez is heated. So hot he had to take off his hat to give the official near side some of his words.
And let some of that steam come off that head of his. But hey, sometimes you can't rely on the officials to make all the calls. You know, you gotta let the kids play. And it's tough, man. Especially when you got a kid playing like that. Number 84 just doing a great job of just selling his body out, going and getting the ball like that. You hate to see a penalty bring that back.
It's great to see Clint Thomas Jr. up on the sideline. I think he just got the wind knocked out of him, falling backwards. McCutcheon.
Roll out a little bit. Oh.
2 flags are thrown. Another helmet on the floor. I don't think I've seen so many helmets on the floor from one side.
Man's helmet came off, and he still was in there trying to make a play. That's 88.
Philander Lee.
Just selling out for the team right there. He might have got hit in the face a little bit with his helmet off. Unintentional.
So we had 1 flag thrown from behind the play and the other flag thrown in front of the play, but both from the same sideline.
Both teams, huh?
Another hand to the helmet penalty. So they call back-to-back hand to the helmet penalties on Southwestern. And Rodriguez is still trying to figure out, because that defensive. So it negated the defensive penalty, which Rodriguez is upset about, because that puts them in a completely different situation. And it was back-to-back hands to the face calls on Southwestern. We haven't seen that all game, Travis.
Yeah, that's.
And to call that on back-to-back plays, tough for Southwestern. Tough to chew on. Replay the down. Jaguars need to get to the 21. McCutcheon is going to try to get all of it over the middle to A.J. Perry. And we have a flag once again behind the field. That's Dathan Goins, actually.
Oh.
Goins gets to the 27. That would bring up a 4th and 6.
Well, once again, you got a penalty flag in the
Holding.
backfield. And it's just so undisciplined at this point. It's like, come on now.
That is 3 penalties in a row on the offensive line. 2 hands to the face penalties and 1 holding penalties on consecutive plays.
I think they're getting a little too personal with the front. The D linemen and the O linemen are just getting into each other's head a little bit there, and they're just tackling them. And the refs are seeing it. You know, you're not going to get away with it, especially when they're dropping back and they're doing a 30-yard pass, 35-yard pass. You're gonna have to really just keep your hands in tight and be disciplined there.
3rd and 35 for the Jaguars. Just going to run this one. Ashby Fan runs out of real estate, falls forward. And they're going to bring on the punt team. Knowing that they have 24 yards to go on 4th down and field position in their favor, Jaguars is going to look to punt this one and pin the Riverside Tigers inside, hopefully their own 5.
Yeah, we can't give up 45 yards in penalties and expect to get back down the field. The hard part about football is being disciplined, right, Bo? And
we've said that too many times today, unfortunately.
Especially when it comes to the clock management and you're allowing yourself to get emotionally disturbed. It's hard. It's hard to get disciplined again.
Cuevas on for the punt. Not the best punt from Cuevas here today, but it's going to get a Southwestern roll. And that ball will roll to the Riverside 14. That's where the Tigers will take on their 4th offensive possession here in the second half. First 3 resulting into points. It was a Wilson touchdown run. Tigers up 49-21. The Tynan field goal gave the Tigers a 24-point lead, 52-28, and then the Sibley 80-yard touchdown run to make it back to a 24-point lead for Riverside. And false start up front. This has turned into a sloppy game here. And honestly, I've mentioned it a couple times, and most of it is playing. 2.5 hours isn't that big of a deal. But I think it's starting to take a toll on the players.
I was trying to say that at the beginning. The first half wears you down when you got that many plays in the first half and you're putting up that many yards.
40 plays by each side in the first half.
Wow. You're thinking, 80 plays is a game, maybe 90.
Yeah,
100 is a lot,
yeah.
right? And you're doing 40 in the first half? Come on now.
Riverside goes to the ground game where they have been effective. Sibley with 2 touchdowns. Monroe with a pair as well.
And you can see a couple players now coming off the field with a couple cramps. Like you said, Bo, the time of, being on the field in the sun, it wears you down. You're giving so much effort.
It's fall football, but it was a warm one today. Kickoff had to be in the low to mid 80s.
Easily, yeah.
Back-to-back runs for Riverside will bring up a 3rd and 2 for the Tigers. CJ Clavier checks in. You can see big number 99 coming off. That's Joshua Clayton. He's been a force up front for the Jaguars.
And you got to assume them to run the ball under 4 minutes now in the 3rd quarter. Can't really expect much else. Maybe a swing here.
Sibley will get the handoff up the gut. Scratch
wow.
that. That's Monroe. He needed to get to the 24. He got to the 25. First down, Tigers. It's been both Monroe and Sibley here today for the backfield of the Tigers.
They're going back to that no huddle, right back on the ball.
Flag thrown in the backfield. Throw to the far side of the field by McCutcheon, or actually by Wilson. And
looks like a holding call here.
they're going to knock him back. 10.
Well, at least it's going both ways now, huh, Bo?
Yeah, we were never saying the officials were being one-sided, but it's starting to even its way out. When you have a game this long, there's usually that like 5-minute run where just things seem a little unorthodox, a little unconventional.
We call that second wind.
Monroe near side, has a block in front, made that first guy miss, and gets back the 10 that were lost in that holding penalty to bring up a 2nd and 10.
Yeah, when you play college football, you don't realize how long the quarters go, and so your second wind really has to kick in. And when you start to do a lot of penalties and you start to do things like that, you start to hit a wall is what we call it. And then when you hit that wall, you start to move forward a little bit. You start to understand, well, I can't go anywhere else, but got to keep playing. So you get that second wind, and you start to get a little more endurance for the rest of the season.
It was a gain of 8 for Monroe, bringing up 2nd and 12. They're going to give it to him on the ground now. Gain of 1 brings up a 3rd and 11.
The defense sticking it to him still. Looks like they got a couple new guys in there. 35.
Valentino Wedderburn II. Mentioned his names a couple times today.
Coming in to play some safety. Did a good job. Looking a little fresh. Flying around. That's what you need, right?
Yeah, when you play a game this long, your depth is definitely going to be tested. Monroe out to the far side of the field. Wilson, bubble screen over the middle. Ooh, and a big hit by Jones to stop him on a short gain. Gain of 1 brings up a 4th down, and the punt team back on for the Tigers.
Yeah, they're doing a good job here. I mean, keeping them corralled. I can tell that, Riverside's been a little more conservative, trying to, get some clock rolling. And they got the clock down to almost, a minute? But
Under 2 minutes, yeah.
Under 2 minutes. But I really feel like Southwestern's depth has come to play here. And love to see how they finish out with this 4th quarter coming about.
Ashby fan back to return the punt.
Is this the first punt, Bo, for
This is
Riverside?
the first punt for Riverside. And a delay of game on Riverside. They've either scored or turned the ball over. First punt of the game.
I just because when I seen the huddle, it broke the huddle, and then they just formed the punt formation. I was like, oh, that must be the first time I've seen that today. It's kind of funny. I guess that's what happens when you're putting up 400 yards in the first half, right?
Yeah. Ashby fan. End over end kick
Take it on a bounce.
at the 50.
And for the first time I can say, I think the Jaguars did a great job of flipping the field on them.
Yeah. That's exactly why they punted the ball. They were hoping for that. Riverside did pick up 1 first down, but that was it. 117.
They get a quick score here. I know they've been doing it all game, but if they kick a quick score
How
here.
many times have we said that?
Oh, man.
Caleb Blocker in as a single back. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right for McCutcheon. Blocker off the left side, plants that foot, gets upfield into Tiger territory. Nice gain of 8 on the ground for Caleb Blocker.
And just seeing that flow right there, you don't think he has anywhere to go. He got 8 guys there, and he just cuts it back. And, man, what a great run right there on first down.
Caleb Blocker had the 71-yard touchdown run to bring it within 17.
That's sometimes the problem with the 3-3-5 is you get so much flow as it leaves a couple lanes when you're trying to stop the run.
Blocker again off the left side has a lane. First down and more. Nice job not allowing any more after that first down. I thought he was going to get more, but 56 closed down nicely. That was Laguna. Or actually scratched that Ariano again.
Yeah, Ariano
Had that
came off the
pick
block.
earlier.
Yeah, came off the block there really clean and just got a knockback tackle.
Good linebacker play. We mentioned Valenzuela a few times. We've seen some good linebacker play from Riverside.
Yeah, Ross Nixon.
Ariano,
Oh,
Laguna.
Mike Valenzuela. I'm sorry.
McCutcheon wants it all. Climb
Oh.
inside the 10. We saw some jersey pull. I
Yeah.
don't know how well you're going to see it into the
Yeah,
shadows.
that's a hard one not to call there. Ref was right on it.
Yeah.
Surprised
And it's
he
not
didn't
like
get
the
that.
ball was that overthrown where a little tug doesn't make a big difference.
And especially when the receiver's running back with his shoulder pad exposed, you would like to see, like, hey, man, come on now. Might be a little handsy there by the DB.
Touching me. He's touching me, ref. I mean, look at his shoulder pad.
Yep.
On a situation like that, you should go up to the referee and say, hey, can you fix my shoulder pad? Yeah, the one that the DB was holding on. McCutcheon looks downfield.
Oh, he's got all time in the world.
McCutcheon has Clint Thomas Jr. A lot of space in front, inside the 20, gets to the edge. Clint Thomas Jr., a 42-yard reception for the Jaguars.
Well, karma comes around and makes a decision. Well, I'm going to go ahead and catch the ball and get upfield. I don't even think Riverside knew what happened. They weren't rushing. They were trying to cover, but then all of a sudden the coverage was broken. So
it was almost like a clear out,
it was
right?
like,
Everyone clears out, Clint Thomas under, and gets to the edge. I mean, he's so explosive in open field.
he makes the DB look like he didn't know how to tackle there. I don't know what's going on, but it's just an explosive player making an explosive play, and it was before the fourth quarter.
That's going to end third quarter action. A flag at the snap was thrown.
Looks like offsides possibly.
We're going to show this play one more time. Clint Thomas Jr. over the middle, 42-yard touchdown reception, little sidestep.
Call that the Reggie.
And Southwestern, the Tigers, have combined for 101 points.
Oh my gosh! Did we not call that was going to happen? I mean,
not at the end of 3.
No, no, not at the end of 3. That's for sure.
So right before the third, so that was 7, 14, 21, 28, 35, 38 points scored in that third quarter. Do I have that right? That sounds about right. Oh, my goodness. McCutcheon's 5th touchdown. 59-42. Down 3 scores still.
And you still got to wonder.
There's only 4 guys up front for Riverside.
I was just going to say that. You still got to wonder, Bo.
Yeah.
Is there an onside kick in there somewhere?
Because if you have 2 or 3 guys barreling down on one of those guys up front, I like our chances.
Yeah, but also the score does tell you kick it deep because you don't want to give them field position.
Ball brought in at the 11.
Oh.
Has a lane, crosses the 30, and is tackled at the 36. Captain Donovan Ferguson with a nice return for Riverside. Brought it in at the 11, brought it to the 36. Nice 25-yard return.
What a great tackle by Nico Ta'a there.
Yeah.
I mean, the man's playing defense. He's running down on kickoff. He's just doing it all here for the Jaguars. You don't really ask too many of your linebackers to fly down the field and chase down a speedster.
The start of the fourth quarter. Riverside up 17. Been as much up as 24.
Oh,
and movement up front.
Fourth quarter where real men are made, Bo, especially in games like this. Who's going to stick it out and who's not going to come out with a cramp?
False start will knock him back 5. 1st and 15 at the Riverside 32. Wilson with 4 touchdowns on the game. Monroe the single back with a pair of touchdowns. Big plays from both running backs here today. Along with Wilson using his arms and his legs. Pressure off the edge. Wilson eludes the pressure and has some room. Great pursuit by the Jaguars defense right there after a gain of 7 on the ground from Wilson.
Just a good job of getting in his face and forcing him to bring it down, you know.
Sir Sanzi on the tackle. Actually, no. That was Nico Taha once again.
Nico Taha, I think, is spying him here. But he realized, you know, there wasn't really anybody in his vicinity to cover or get underneath. So let me just run down and collapse on that.
So after a loss of 5 on the pre-snap penalty, a gain of 8 on the ground from Wilson will bring up a 2nd and 7 for the Tigers. Handoff. Monroe with a lot of room again inside Jaguar territory. And the offensive line starting to lean on that defensive line of Southwestern.
And that's the hard part. You got to get off that block right there. Nico gets blocked by the guard that gets to the second level. It just gives them too much space.
Tigers are acting like it's not the fourth quarter and they're up 17. They want to go for more.
Great route.
Near side. Nice hands by the receiver.
Gotta be smart down here, man.
Ross Nixon the third with a 12-yard reception.
Corner's just understanding leverage here and just gets beat, but you got to be smart at the end of the play. You can't be getting into those extra pushing where the penalty could come out, right?
Elijah Gutierrez on the coverage. Not bad coverage, just a good ball, placing it where
Wow,
the receiver could only get it.
Yeah, the timing of that route is
That
so
comeback
crucial.
route is one of the hardest routes to cover.
And out, it was a deep out, so it's like, man, if you throw it right before he breaks, there's no way he can cover that.
Wilson, play fake again.
Wilson,
in the air. Ball's in the air. Caught at the 15. Oh, no. Riverside turns a blunder into a win. That is number 1, Ross Nixon the third with a touchdown reception.
That just grinds my gears when you got a linebacker just trying to make a play on the ball, and you got a DB trying to come back, and he accidentally takes his own teammate out who could at least made the tackle, you know, and that's the hard part. It's like the ball's blundering, like you said, in the air. The receiver comes back and catches it, but someone's got to make that tackle. But when you got somebody trying to make a play on the ball who's really not supposed to be trying to make a play on the ball, ends up running into your own teammate, things like that happen, and that's unfortunate for the Jaguars there.
Travis, I'm officially out of space for writing down these touchdowns. That was Wilson, his 5th touchdown on the game, and Ross Nixon's first receiving touchdown on the game.
Wow.
65-42 or 66-42.
Wow. I've never seen a 6-6 score
Southwestern scored 71.
with 13 minutes left in the game, in the fourth quarter. Like
that 6
66.
can easily turn into an 8 right now.
Oh, my gosh. And the crazy part is the defense is still putting the pressure on the quarterback.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like the quarterback threw a ball up there and it got tipped. He got hit pretty well. And it was a linebacker that was just in his face, you know. And they're bringing the pressure. They're calling the right plays. It's just unfortunate, man.
Yeah,
that
sometimes it's
the ball goes where it wants to go sometimes.
It's going to get the Jaguars offense back onto the field quickly. Jaguars scored in under a minute on their last offensive possession. It took 2 minutes for Riverside.
Woo!
Ashby fan contact at the 27.
Yeah, when you're running up in those trenches there, you got to be careful because you're getting wrapped up and someone's going to finish you off like that, and that's not nice. You don't like to feel that. You don't like to feel that too many times, and he's been getting a lot of clean hits on him, especially as a kick returner. And you don't want to get ones like that where you're getting wrapped up and they're finishing you off up top. Got to be careful.
And a holding call added to it. First one to the ball was Tavita Tagunga.
Wow.
Big hit by him. Once again, return right, Travis. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think at this point the Tigers are just
I would love to
keen
see
on it.
I mean, I would love to see.
I would love to see a reverse.
Yeah, let's just go right and go back left one time, you know, or just throw it to the left.
go right, throw it back to the left.
Let's do a throwback.
Little
Titans back out here. There we go. It's the first touch he's had, or second touch I think he's had today.
Yeah, but a flag behind the play. The offensive line of Southwestern slowing down a bit as this game gets going.
These big boys need a lot of water, Bo.
Yeah.
It's tough. Got to keep their composure.
So that will bring the ball from the 18 to the 8, bringing up a 1st and 20 for the Jaguars.
Seem to be in this position a little bit more than they want today.
Yeah. Folks, your eyes are not deceiving you. Tigers 66, Jaguars 42. Still with a full 4th quarter remaining. McCutcheon has been stellar today. 3 receivers to his left. McCutcheon looks single side, has Clint Thomas Jr. on the whip. Ooh, makes a move, gets by that first defender.
Wow.
Runs through a linebacker, and Clint Thomas Jr. 14-yard reception.
Talk about an individual effort right here. I mean, the route alone was just deceiving the corner. He didn't know what to do. Get up, cover him, try to make the tackle, and then when he goes to make the tackle, he's grasping for air. Like, you know.
Yeah, corner
what
was
can
on
you do?
skates right there.
What can you do? All you can do is corral him.
Ty Staples. The clock wasn't running because I think the clock thought it was a first down. Nonetheless, McCutcheon picked up a little bit more time, overthrew his intended receiver, and that ball's intercepted at the 40.
What happened here? Oh, he took a knee.
He had his knee down on the floor. Lorenzo Tua won.
Oh, that's a tough ball right there. He's trying to make a perfect pass. I don't think he really had anybody in him in his face. And he had his receiver open, or his tight end open, Josiah Jefferson. Just overthrew him slightly. I mean, that's just one of those passes that get away from you as a quarterback. And I hate to say the fatigue kicked in that one, but
I was
it
just going to
happens.
say, when you run so many plays, there's going to be a couple plays that aren't going to go in your favor. Unfortunately, the 2 plays, that fluttering ball that resulted in a touchdown and that interception, have gone against the Jaguars.
Yeah. I mean, on the other end, it went in the favor of the Riverside Tigers, but, yeah, not for the Jaguars today. Ooh.
Monroe shakes a tackle. That's Sibley, actually. Sibley and Monroe, both, like, not, how can,
Consistent.
yeah, but I was going to say, like, not, we see running backs that are just, I don't know, they're both just so, I want to say they're outside the tackle type of runners, but that they can run in between the tackles like they have all game.
Yeah, they're just tough backs, man. They can find the holes. But like you said, they know the scenario. They know what they need to do. They understand the blocking schemes really well. And when they see the lane, they don't hesitate. And that's what it comes down to as a running back
Yeah,
like
they hit the
that.
holes hard. There's
They
no
hit
doubt
them
about
so
that.
fast. They don't give the defense time to react.
Monroe stands at, and this is Sibley. Flag on the near side of the field, Sibley.
Woo.
When you hear running backs standing at 5'11", 180 and 5'10", 185, you don't think of them as in between the tackles type of runners, but both these guys have shown the ability, even that last run right there at the end, showing the physical nature of the run.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate that they keep getting the offensive line holding calls to just negate the run. But like you were saying, Bo, the reason why they're so good at what they're doing is because of the pass game. It's opened up.
Yeah.
It's been able to allow them to run the ball with space, you know. A lot of times the formation is just telling the defense, like, hey, you got to be careful. They're going to throw it on the edge. But all of a sudden, he has the ball. He's running up the middle, you know. So there's things that make you think twice when you're playing defense. And when you got running backs that are that quick, that hit the hole that hard, and then they can bounce it on you at any time.
Yeah.
Wow. You just, you know.
So you kind of talk about
It's
that.
a two-punch plan right there.
A light box, right? 5 or 6 with only 1 linebacker. Now they bring in 2.
They're stacking it here.
Play fake Wilson. Wilson near side. Ball's knocked up in the air and brought in by the tight end for a loss of about 4. That will bring up 4th down. Jaguars will get the ball back with about 10 minutes remaining.
I mean, you're really thinking there, like, what are you throwing the ball for? I mean, you're up by a lot.
Up.
I would say 24, right? You're up by a lot, and you really don't need to throw it. But hey, I guess You want to just
They've
kind of
been
keep 'em.
aggressive. You know the Crafts, right? You've coached
yeah.
against them. You played against them. They are aggressive no matter what the score is.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
For
even
sure.
when they were blowing Southwestern out or blowing opponents out, they continue to get up to the ball quickly. Nice booming
I think they're going to
punt.
make a check themselves decision on the next series, though, if they do get the ball back, because, I mean, that ball batted in the air like that did not seem
That's
like
not
something
what you
want
want
to
to
do.
see when you're
Yeah.
up 24.
You don't want that ball in the air going backwards. Luckily, your guy caught it, but sometimes the defensive line is usually the one that's like happened earlier with Nico, right, where the ball just landed with the linebacker. You don't want defensive line with that ball in his hands going the other way.
I mean, kudos to both programs, both sides here today. It's just been a couple lapse of judgments, a ball rolling one way instead of the other.
Yeah,
But still, you can't give up 66 points either.
no.
Yeah.
I mean, it's unthinkable, Bo. It's unthinkable, especially when you're out there and you're game planning for this game, and you're like, yeah, what can I do to not let this team get 66 points? I don't think that's what they're planning for,
Yeah.
But it happens, especially when you got a lot of athletes that are really out here to show their talents and just doing a great job of taking advantage of opportunity.
McCutcheon fakes the swing pass. There was a hold right there. His arms wrapped around Clint Thomas Jr., and the linebacker was actually looking around for the flag.
Yeah, got away with that one.
David Linné.
We've got away with a couple here.
Incomplete pass. Bring up a 2nd and 10. 9:52 remaining. Clint Thomas Jr. with a 42-yard touchdown reception. Also a 13-yard touchdown reception. This is Nick Klein near side. Gain of 7 through the air. McCutcheon has done a really good job today of spreading it out. Said Nick Klein's names a couple times. Becker, A.J. Perry, Clint Thomas Jr., Josiah Jefferson. Like, he's not just keying in on one guy. He's doing a good job reading the defense.
Yeah, and that's him just, knowing the playbook and knowing the defense that he's at, like you said, understanding where the single receivers matchups are, and really doing a good job of getting the ball out on time. It's tough, though, when you're behind by this much and you really want to go down the field, but you got to be disciplined enough to make that short throw. And he's doing a good job of that.
Yeah, Thomas Jr. in motion. They're going to get it to him in the flats. Great job by that defensive back. Sideline to sideline, Shaheem Taylor. One of the more difficult coverages when you have to follow receiver from one side to the other.
Yeah, especially running through traffic like that. I mean, that's just really good on his end just to keep up with him. Understand where he's going, seeing him leaking out, and then just being able to make that open field tackle. That's the hard part in itself. Is you can run with him all you want, but when he catches the ball, you got to make that tackle and bring him down. That's
Are
really
we
good.
surprised that we're punting the ball right here, 4th and 5? We're throwing in the white towel if we punt. Yeah, and I think Oscar Rodriguez is going to rethink this. I mean, we're down 24. We give them the ball back. Let's say we stop them 3 and out. It's still chewing, 2 minutes off the clock.
Good call. Yeah. I mean,
It's a 4th and 5. I just love the way McCutcheon's been playing. Like, I feel right now my offense has been playing better than my defense. I'm going to give them the opportunity.
Yeah, why not? And I really feel like that was a decision the coach made on the sideline.
Yeah.
Maybe talking to his offensive coordinator, like, hey, what are some play calls here? What can we do to just get that
first down.
get
keep the
that
chains
first
moving.
down,
Yeah.
and just keep the momentum somewhat in this drive.
If they can score in 2 minutes, we'll say, around the 6-minute mark, right? We're at 8:35. They score in 2 minutes. They're chasing 10.
Yeah.
With 6 minutes remaining, that's a lot of time on the clock. The way the ball has been bouncing, you figure if the Jaguars can bring it within those 2 scores, the ball is going to eventually bounce in their favor.
Yeah.
We've seen crazier things happen.
We got to get 5 yards first.
We got to
though.
get 5 yards first. Offense back onto the field. Southwestern fan base likes the call as well.
Love to see the fight in the, the fight of dogs not gone yet. So love to see it.
Clint Thomas Jr. one-on-one on the top. Riverside brings 4. McCutcheon. And that play is broken up. 2 receivers in the same vicinity.
Man, you just seen the momentum. I mean, you just seen the momentum of the D-line just get into the backfield right there. Like, number 9.
Jonathan Martin, or no,
David Lena again. Oh,
the
my
linebacker.
Gosh. He put his hand in the dirt and just said, "You're not stopping me. I'm getting in the backfield. I'm causing havoc, and now you got to just scramble around and figure out how to make a good throw on the run."
He flushed him outside the pocket, and Clint Thomas ran that whip route again, but because he had to roll out,
the timing was off.
He wasn't ready to make that pass.
Yeah. And I really, to be honest with you, like I said earlier, him rolling out was something that I felt like was good for him, but he's got to step up and run that ball. You're trying to force a good throw. It's man coverage. You're really not accounted for. You had a guy outside of you. Cut it up and run.
Yeah.
I guess when you get flustered a little bit, you want to make that good throw.
That was a tough play right there, but Sibley cuts back, lowers the boom. Sibley's been impressive on multiple levels, but to lower his shoulder at 180 and provide that boom is impressive as well in between the tackles.
Well, to still be in the game after running over 200 yards and just continuously falling forward for 6+, it's really, really impressive.
Well, this is a running back that had, coming into this game, 60 carries for 601 yards, averaging 10 yards a pop. You see that at an elite level for high school players, but rarely at the college level do you see a running back average 10 yards per carry.
Well, yeah, that's also, like I said, with the timing and then the quarters, you're getting a little bit more, and you're not as expecting them to be that legit in college, right? Especially when you got other guys that are going to come in and help you run the rock, like the quarterback who's done a decent job, right?
Yeah. Yeah, because it really does open up the lanes for the running back when you have a dual-threat quarterback like Wilson. Back-to-back runs for 11 yards. Gives Sibley and the Tigers a first down, now under 7.5 minutes remaining. It's Cox and Connor at the top of your screen in a stack formation. They're going to hand it off to Sibley again. Sibley is hit in the backfield by Jeremiah Jones. Sibley falls forward for a gain of 1.
They dialed that number, though. They're in the backfield ready to go.
After this game, Travis, Jaguars are going to get a home game next week against El Camino. El Camino is currently 10th in the state of California. And then they go on the road to Saddleback the following week. So 3 games against top 15 teams in California.
Yeah, their schedule doesn't take it easy on them. But, hey, what can you do? You get better, watch film, and just take advantage of the opportunity to play these top-tier teams and get some good film out there and put yourself in the right position to move on if you can after this.
Riverside was ranked 15th in California coming into today's game. You would assume they'll be bumped up closer to 10. Southwestern was ranked 4th in the state. It doesn't help that their starting quarterback, Brayton Silber, is out for today's contest. They did win behind McCutcheon last week, but it was against a lesser opponent in Palomar. Silber off the left side. Has a pair of touchdowns. Needed to get to the 6. Got tackled at the 9.
Doing a good job of keeping them inside the markers.
Jaguars defense has been much better inside their own 20.
Yeah.
Right? When in between the 20s with all that space to work with, Riverside has just completely dominated offensively. But as the windows get tighter, as the field gets shorter, Southwestern has actually done a better job.
Yeah, inside the red zone, they have done a pretty good job. That's just tough when you're giving up big plays like we talked about all game, you know. Being able to limit those is what's really going to help you win or lose the game. And Riverside's shown how impressive they can be when it comes to opening up the field.
Yeah, you talked about big plays. Sibley had a 67-yard touchdown reception to go up 14-0. Then Monroe responded the possession after on a 68-yard touchdown run.
Wow.
And then Sibley later in that third quarter to go up 59-35, 80-yard touchdown run.
Yeah, I mean, when you got big plays like that, it's just demoralizing to your defense. You're going out there thinking like, wow, I did great on 3 plays or 2 plays, and then all of a sudden I give up 1, and now I'm back to the sideline again. It's crazy.
Next week's game here on the Cali Photo Sports Network against El Camino will kick off at 6 p.m. We're going to get a night game.
Nice, yeah. Get under the lights a little bit. I'm pretty sure they're going to have a good time watching this film, though. I mean,
there was a lot of good things to take away, but also, some learning lessons as well.
Oh, yeah. On both ends, too.
Oh, of course. I agree. Timothy Tynan has been good on all of his extra points and is 1 for 1 here today on field goals from 26 yards out. Tynan, plenty of leg right down the middle. And Tynan increases the lead 72-42. I think we're at
69.
Oh, 69. Oh, I thought they already added the 3. Okay. That's right. It went from 66 to 69. All right. Still down a lot. 5:15 remaining.
27.
What did I say?
Oh, you said a lot.
I said
Just giving you a number.
just start throwing out numbers.
Yeah, pretty close. Hey, 5:15 left. What can you ask for from this team but just to keep
at
playing?
this point, we're just looking to end the game strong right here.
Maybe have a return left. What do you think?
Yeah, at this point, I don't want to see a reverse. I want to keep that one in my back pocket knowing that this game is over.
You know, one thing I would hate this you never know, but if they did an onside on
yeah, that would be
Riverside,
wild.
just to kind of just throw it back in there.
That would be that would create. You want to create an enemy? You do that. Up 30.
Yeah.
Oh, well, all right, 27.
You keep it there. Oh, overset.
Yeah, they're just gonna kick that one through the end zone.
Nice kick.
This whole time.
Yeah.
Jaguars offense back onto the field. On the other side, for Riverside. I don't have their upcoming schedule. I thought I had their upcoming schedule somewhere. Oh, that's right. $5:15 remaining here in the fourth quarter. If you love scoring, well, this has been the game for you. If you're a Tiger fan, this has definitely been a game for you. If you're a Jaguar fan, not so much. A lot of good things on the offensive side, but defensively, it's been a tough sledding. You get some second depth guys, third depth guys.
Mikael Malone.
Out of Louisville, Kentucky.
It's good to see some young guys get in there, especially from out-of-state guys that come in and practice, and put in a lot of effort. It's good to see them get some reps, man, especially when the score's like this, upside-down game. You want everybody to get opportunity, and that's good.
And to be completely honest, the big turnaround for the Jaguar program has been the out-of-state recruits.
They've done a good job, yes, recruiting out of state.
Or just
for sure.
not necessarily out of state, but out of community, right? You think community college people. Ty McCutcheon, number 14, the quarterback out of Honolulu, Hawaii. You have Brayton Silber out of Scottsdale, Arizona. Like those two guys have made big impacts on the offensive side. Ashby Fan out of Scottsdale, Arizona. Caleb Blocker, number 24, out of Katy, Texas. Jeremiah Jones out of Kennesaw, Georgia. Yeah, so I guess it has been out-of-state guys.
Yeah, he's done a good job, man. I mean, these guys have come in and changed the culture here, changed the way, the way this game has been played for a while.
Well, and that's why they brought this coaching staff in, right? The notoriety they have at the national level to bring in those big prospects.
Just, having the connections to call the right people to get some good bounce backs here, too.
Players follow coaches. Is that safe to say?
I would agree, yes.
Yeah, so when you have a good coaching staff like Southwestern has put together, it's no surprise the turnaround that they've had here quickly. And Malone getting some good work on the ground, gets into Tiger territory, and a gain of 10.
Running hard, man. That's all you can ask for from them. Get your opportunity, keep going.
Love to see the legs keep going. It took 5 Tigers to get Malone down after the first down run.
And you love to see him walk back in there like, I'm going again. I'm not getting off the field. You're not taking me off this field.
No tapping right now.
I ain't been on all day. I'm going to keep staying on. That's right.
2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right for McCutcheon. He's had a solid performance here today. Malone once again inside the 40. And the Tigers rallied to the ball once again after a short gain.
He's got to take a break now. He's a little tired. I mean,
yeah.
You get that many carries in a row.
Looks like they're going to bring in Jamar Johnson. Helps on returns. The single back. We get the handoff left side. And nice hit on the tackle. Number 44 from Riverside. Alofa Maggio. And there is a lot of noise coming from the Riverside sideline as we hit the 2-minute warning here on the Cali Photo Sports Network. Tigers 69, Jaguars 42. And it really all started on that 21-point lead for Riverside. Jaguars just unable to, overcome that uphill battle.
Yeah, and also, I mean, the way Riverside just kept taking it to them and just kept throwing the ball, running the ball, spreading them out, adjusting to the defense at all times, just not allowing them to be one-dimensional, was just something that Kraft brought to the table today and just showed his ability to just expose defenses, right?
Sports can be very humbling, yes, and your first loss can also humble you a bit and get you a little bit more grounded after a tough loss.
A little bit more grounded and also understand where you're at as a team, where you stand when it comes to certain aspects of football. When the times get tough, are you disciplined, right? And that's what we talked about, like you said, all game is you can't go down 21 and still have the penalties that put you back behind the 8 ball. Like, you got to keep going. You got to find ways to overcome and adapt, right? And that's the thing the Jaguars are learning today, is how to be a little bit more disciplined in times of tough situations.
Yeah. After the 2-minute warning, play fake to Johnson. That's A.J. Perry. Actually scratched that Goins on the reception.
Goins.
Yeah, Goins. We haven't mentioned his name a lot today. That's his first reception. He had
Dathan Goins. Yeah.
He had that touchdown grab in the last home game against Mount San Jacinto. Goins. Out of Damascus, Maryland, another out-of-state product. Against Mount San Jacinto, he was 3 for 43 and a touchdown. And it's good to see Michael Malone get some work here off the left side.
Yeah, I know he was upset when he came off the field because he was a little tired, but he got back in there, man, and it's good to see him keep going. Hopefully he can get into that end zone. I know it would make his day. Yeah,
definitely hang your cap on something. It would be a good finish for the offense and putting this one in for a touchdown. McCutcheon, 5 touchdowns on the day. Malone remains in as the single back. Malone will get it off the right side, plants that foot, gets upfield for a gain of about 4. What's impressed you most about McCutcheon today?
McCutcheon's impressed me in multiple ways here. Just having command of the offense, even though he's had some big turnovers here that really just 1 or 2 misleading throws, but I think he's done a really good job of keeping his composure and just and keeping everybody in line. I know he had a couple penalties and a couple things like that, but just being a quarterback out there, being a commander of the field, and just still staying in there, not asking to come out. Especially with this deficit, you would think most quarterbacks would take themselves out. Like, coach, is there everybody else that go in there? And he's sticking it in. He's sticking it out.
I think Coach Rodriguez is going to be okay with staying somewhat healthy during this game, and he's going to be okay with chewing this clock down. And last thing they want to see is McCutcheon in open space.
And McCutcheon did do a good job. I got to give him credit when he did do that one when he scored a touchdown.
Yeah.
He pulled it. He's doing a good job on that. I mean, having them understand that situation and being able to adjust with him maybe for the next game where he's doing a little bit more might be beneficial for them. But, hey, you got to give credit. You got to take your hat off to that Coach Kraft right there. He was a little crafty, as we said in the beginning, and he did a great job just coming out with a game plan that just was unmatched today.
111 points scored combined. It was Riverside 69, Jaguars 42. One thing I want to touch on before we head off. When you played, and you can see the coaches meeting at midfield, Did you ever not shake hands with the opposition? Because I think it was started last year where they just stopped that completely.
No,
is that a coaching decision? Is it?
It's kind of based on like the flow of the game. I would say also like you got a lot of chippiness going on. You got a lot of personal fouls that happen.
They've been doing it for the past 2 seasons.
Yeah,
every game.
Yeah, but when I played, there was
Okay.
It depended on the situation.
Okay.
Like,
Right.
You know, a lot of the coaches would be like, just go to the locker room.
So
we
there
don't
were
want.
times you didn't shake.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
there's been more than once, I would say.
Okay.
But yeah, you got to understand that players, they play football and they put their hearts out there on the field. They bled, sweat, tears with their teammates, and you know they just want to stand up for each other. And sometimes their emotions get the best of them, especially when they're undefeated and they lose that. You know, it's tough to take that loss. But you know they got to hang their hats up and just look forward to the next day, because you know at least a lot of them are able to walk off the field, and that's what they got to be grateful for.
Jaguars lose a tough one at home, drop to 6-1. Riverside wins at 69-42 to improve to 5-2. For my broadcast partner, Travis Crawford, and our executive producer, creator of Cali Photo Sports Network, Pablo Espinal, I'm Bo Furtick signing off. Also, thank you, Andrew, for the stats. Much appreciated. We'll see you next week, Saturday night at 6 p.m. as the Jaguars take on number 10 El Camino. Good night, everyone. Have a safe weekend.
Go Jags.